Me, honestly, if it wasn't for Issa, I don't think I'd have been in music. It's be like, you have this thing, you can and but like me, I just used to like the poems. It sounds nice, but not that now I'm going to record. Now it's never that serious. Me pia nishaichujwa kwa ngoma za watu. Unakavasa unasema, just give us na hii verse ingine ni better. Zingine na wewe pia lazima acknowledge one hii nini kwa better ndio like go pull up your socks. My family never suppressed me. That you don't let me not see going to the stage. Let me not sing whatever's here. I wouldn't say that. My family is very open, but it's not a career. No. It's a hobby.
Kitu ya kushikilia tu.
A hobby. Sio kushikilia. Kushikilia ndio pia ni career. Una kitu. Hii ni hobby tu, unaweza kucheza ball tu jione kutoka job. Honestly, money was not anything on my mind. Honestly, it was just about, can I hear myself? Do I sound nice? Is it dope? Oh my God, it sounds amazing. The fact that now I could make money with that was like, wow.
Before the show starts, I want to let you in on something. Episode 100, 101, and 102 of the Couch Connect podcast is going to be recorded live in the city of Nairobi, the city of Toronto, and the city of Minneapolis. If you'd like to be part of the audience, purchase your ticket now. Find the link in the description to this video below. Enjoy this episode. What's up, man? You've been telling me about your podcast, man.
Hey, man, the podcast. That's what I'm telling you. Me, I respect guys who do podcasts, man. When someone calls me for a podcast, that's why I take initial time to actually just sit down. I'm like, wow, I know what this person is going through. And I know what they need when they... by the time they've sat down, wameangalia list, wamepiga wamesema mazi huyu ndio mtu tuna need. Mazi, they need you. People who are being called for podcasts, please, mazi,
please show up, man.
Please kwanga available. I had a podcast before. I understand this struggle of trying to get people, trying to get episodes. I know the more stories, the better, you know. So anyway, I was just talking to my friend over here, and I was telling him I have maximum respect for guys who do podcasts. So let's try and create time as much as possible.
Yeah, man. You know, sometimes the worst thing is when you are planning for a guest and then the guest doesn't show up, or shows up late, or doesn't show up at all and doesn't tell you a thing.
Exactly. Now the whole day is gone.
Yeah.
You had both. Because I remember now, it's a place where you've basically like hired, you know. So if the person doesn't come, yes, you imeenda tu.
And you've paid for space.
You've hired
your technical team.
A technical team.
Stuff like that.
Everyone has come. Alafu wanakwambia tu asubuhi ama kama 7 hivi. Na interview ilikuwa inaanza at like 7:30. Mazi can't make it. Then there's nothing as bad now. That's when I understand when and even happens like radio TVs. Sorry, like radio interviews. Like as well on TV. Where now you start looking for a plan B. So you're thinking, shoot, now who else do I call? Now, because now this slot is here, I can't waste this time. Then you're trying to make now desperate calls, now calling wrong people. Then you see now your show inaanza ku lose value, ama pia unaanza kukosana na watu, unaanza kufeel mazi. Usikam tu saizi umsemo ndio unampigia mazi, unanipigiaje saizi na show ni ya saizi. Wewe si ungejipanga.
Yeah, man, you look unaka so disorganized, man. You look so disorganized.
So sometimes even till now, like I can hear like presenters who call me for shows. I was like, yeah, so we want to call you for this show and it's a cash afternoon. I'm like, cash afternoon, man. Say, how is it cash afternoon? You can't just call me randomly, call me like cash afternoon. So I definitely know you are the one who's not organized. Ama kuna mse
amekuangusha.
Tunajua wewe as a professional, hawezi ni call 2 days to. To mimi sifanyangi ati campaign at where I need to be in the media. By the time you're sitting down to say, let me call this person, you've thought through what you want to ask them about, you know, and I know on radio, and especially if you're doing any kind of like broadcast, easy if you like ulikuwa umefikiria maybe 3 or 5 days ago. At the time wewe umenipigia, haikuwa ni jana usiku mumamko umesema aya Bigpin kesho asubuhi. Wapi Bigpin pole.
Yeah, man.
So Matt, first of all, congratulations, man. Thanks for keeping this going. It's never easy, because I know at the end of it, tutaona your outcome.
Thanks, man. We are actually coming up on episode 100, January 4th. Woo! It's going to be a live show at the Kenya National Theatre, man.
Nice. Oh, here?
Yeah, it's going to be at KNT. Folks, you know, if you want to see Bigpin, you never know, man. He might just decide to stroll to KNT on January 4th at 2 p.m., man. Show up. Come and support.
The 100th one.
Yeah, the 100th episode is going to be a live recording with a live audience at the Kenya National Theatre.
Oh, dope! I'm definitely
man.
coming.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
man.
because I want to
That's
come
awesome.
back into the space as
Into
well.
the podcast
See,
space,
ati niliingia alafu then I stopped because
Yeah.
and then now it's over. No, I just went on a break because of another whole thing, the logistics. I decided, you know what? Let me just come back when I'm properly settled. I don't have to go through the thing for calling someone in the middle of the 2 days on. Am I
Yeah.
set up? Am I getting just getting like a clear space? Because I think what makes even like your podcast dope is the consistency. It looks nice.
Yeah.
It's calm. You see, like now I'm comfortable. I'm not worried about where tulisema hii place book mpaka 3 o'clock manzi. Hebu tuanze haraka. Tuanze haraka. Pressure is now. And this way it's supposed to be comfortable. And now you as the host makes the person comfortable, then you also comfortable. It makes it so easy. I remember I was doing it in your pressure. Oh my God, yeah, I was here till 4. Let's finish. Then I've gotten 2 people because I want to get like as much as episodes as I can in that one set. You get so even how I'm even having the conversations are sort of rushed-ish in a way because I'm thinking, okay, finish this one quickly, then go to the next one.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was just
even
like,
the audience, I think, sometimes can get it. They can tell that you're tensed a little bit.
Yeah, they can tell. They can tell. They can always tell because of your demeanor. So I said, let me just give it a break. Let me come. When I'm now settled, I don't have the whatever. So when I'm having those conversations, I'm actually fully focused on the conversation, not the time. And this guy needs to go and I'm mtu yake anaenda 6.
He has to be there.
Has to be there.
Yeah. So, you know, one thing that so Muaf has been in this space longer than me, and one thing that really encouraged me is Muaf's way of doing it. Shout out Ikonini podcast. Muaf alianza na simu, man.
Muaf Neji. I think akona over how many episodes right now?
Oh man, the guy I think is 600 probably or something.
And then 600 of quality content.
Yeah, man.
Love it.
Yeah, and I think he's somehow figured out the game because he's found a niche audience and I think people like him for it. But I know that you recently dropped an album. Folks, go and stream Bigpin's album. Let's talk about the album, man.
Yes.
You just dropped about a week ago or something like that. Tell me about the album.
Well, this is very. Album's called Onge Koko. So Onge Koko means
no cocoa.
No cocoa. There's no noise. Coco means
coco
noise.
Means noise. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
coco means noise
No
to
noise.
Onge, so no.
Yeah.
No coco. So Onge Koko, so no noise. Basically, it was crafted from not having any influence from outside. So no noise, no outside noise to influence what I'm writing about. Not since now you've been out of the game for some time. You need to do an amapiano song to fit into what's happening now. So there's not been that influence of that noise from outside. So hence Onge Koko. Then Onge Koko has two personalities. We have Pino, and we have Bigpin.
Yeah.
So Pino is the chilled one, the more emotional one, the vulnerable one. Then Bigpin is the guy for sherehe.
The guy we all know.
The guy we all know. So that's how the album is sort of like structured, in that different kind of spaces. So it's a 9-track album with very interesting different personalities in the album. As I said, there's the Pino and there's Bigpin. But very, very collaborative as well. So I've done different collabos with different artists, mostly the younger generation artists.
Yeah.
So I have Mbithi, aka the Kamba Boy. I have Ben Soul.
Shout out Ben Soul.
I have Shekina Karen. I have Tulia. I have Butros. Booty. Yeah. I have Wairi the Love Child.
Man, you went out for the whole gang.
Man, just interesting collabos.
Yeah.
I have Mel Baron, very talented, very extremely talented artist. Yeah, for the Onge Koko album. So it's been very collaborative, and I did that purposely.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to be a very collaborative album with the people who I felt are fitting into that space, and how I feel they can execute. So it wasn't about looking for names or looking for. It's just the people who can fit into the whole like body of work. It's been very interesting. It took me maybe almost like 8 months
to come up with it,
to just sit down and craft, and looking for the right producers, the right beat, to get the right inspiration at the right time. Sangine uko off, sangine uko excited, sangine, just the whole up and down, coming up with the stories, looking for instrumentalists. Doing an album, as I was explaining even to like someone earlier, it's not the same. You can do 20 singles in like 3 weeks or even 2 weeks, or even a week, just depending on what mood you're in. In a day you can write like 2 songs, but you're writing singles. So it's whatever is inspiring you at that moment in time. So you can come up with different ideas, different choruses, different. But when you're writing, and just put them all together. But when you're writing an album, it's very different, because it's like a story. It's like you're building onto something. You just can't. If you put like many singles into a compilation, if I may say, and call it an album, it will never be the same, because there's no direction. This here. Like what's this
about an iPad and a cab and
whatever, and what's the name of the album? But if it's an album, as you're calling it, it's a story. So someone has to, from the intro, from the first song, someone has to feel, okay, this album is called what? Okay, what is it about? Because it's generally, an album has a proper feeling. It's like a general feeling of what is this album about. So coming up with that, and all just trying to get the songs right, how your mood is then also working with different artists who you haven't worked with before, because as I remember, like I've told you, it's a very collaborative artist, and I've worked with a lot of young artists. So most of them, I've not worked with them before ever. It's not that these guys who are in our times when you were looking at the Issas, and there is this a whole new like generation. So even how they write, their way of thinking, how they operate, how they look at things, it's very interesting, and that's what is what actually found like very intriguing. They think very differently. We all think differently, yes, but so to me it's like a learning process. I'm like, okay, so this what's happening now. This how this person does. Then different personalities, of course. This person has this kind of personality. This person has this kind of personality, because now you work with them at the same space. You also have to understand who they are, how they work on. So it was a very interesting like project, because despite working, having the project itself, it's now individuals, because you're meeting different individuals in different elements, in different times, everyone has their own different story of how they look at you, how you look at them. Everyone has questions also, of course, because they look at you like, you've been here from before. What happened at this time? So some are very interested. So it's a very interesting like learning curve and learning space, which I really enjoyed. So this is my I could say my first album, actually, because most of the times the bodies of work which I've done, I've done an EP, done 2 EPs, but the bodies of work which I've done are mostly like singles, so mostly compiled together in a body of work, but not an album per se like this one now. So this one, so the other one was an EP, which is now more of the EP. So technically say it's my first album, in terms of me being in the industry for that long. Yes, I've had like body of works, I've had EPs, I've been in compilations, I would say mostly. I've had like many singles, but album-wise, so this is
Yeah.
so to me it's a
So
very
this is
big
a very
project.
first album for Big.
This is the very first
Damn,
album
this is
for
big,
Bigpin.
man.
Yeah, so
Guys,
it's very interesting.
If you haven't streamed this album yet, man, go down to the description of this video. You're gonna find the link to this album there and go straight to it and listen to this beautiful music.
Yes.
One thing I've realized that there's a beautiful collabos in this song, man. I'm gonna take you back a little bit, man, to when you got into this game, man.
Yes.
And then I remember hearing Issa, Bigpin, K-Rupt,
And easy track is
Zabamba, And I've mentioned that one specifically because I know you've done many others with people like Sanaipei Tandy and etc.
Yeah.
But I'm mentioning this specifically because, man, Issa and K-Rupt are two big artists who left us, I believe, way before their time.
True.
But also the fact that you're able to pull off such big collabos, I think speaks something about
That
you.
time.
I think that, would I be wrong to say that you're someone who's easy to work with? Easy to work with in a sense that you are able to show up to any artist and they are comfortable working with you.
I think I make that I try to make that a part of me to be easy to work with, because I feel that if you're easy to work with, it makes the art or whatever you're working with more come out with more love. It's not like, why complicate it? If it's possible, let's do it.
Nothing
So I
is
think
not it's kind of like it's not forced.
it's not forced. Yeah, let's just do it.
easy.
If I think it's a good idea, it's like, let me
Yeah.
do this and the sense to it, then let's do it. That's what I've always been. And just had to mention that from that way back then, I was called like the king of collabos. I think me and Mr. Lenny would be like in the same space, because I did a lot of collabos with Issa, K-Rupt, with Kina Nameless in the album. I think I'm the only artist, if I may say, who's in the Ogopa camp era, in that era of ours, who featured in all the Ogopa albums. Yeah, all the Ogopa albums apart from Ogopa 1. I was in Ogopa 2 as a feature. I was in Ogopa 2. Yeah, I was in Ogopa 2 as... Yes, actually, Bigpin was in Ogopa 2.
Yeah. Oh, the song Bigpin.
The song Bigpin was in Ogopa 2, and that was the first song.
Yeah.
I was in Issa's album, in Joe. Remember Joe?
Yeah.
See Joe. There was also there in Bamba. I think as already artist was in that album twice.
Yeah.
Then I was in Nameless's album, On Fire, with Wailai. I was in the Klepto album, Neat, with Sichimbiki. I was in Ogopa 3 with Natafuta and Talk to You. Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
So all the albums. Then I was always I always had a feature. I was now, even at that time, and now remixes with Kina Banjuka.
Yeah.
Kina remixes, Kina now it came out with different. Now later on, so I think I've been very big. I believe in collaborations a lot. I always feel like collaborations always give whatever product you're working on more oomph, because it's many brains.
Yeah.
Two heads are always better than one. A bigger team coming up with a product always feel. I even, hence why I was even with my album, I didn't want to make it like more of a, yes, it's Onge Koko, yes, it's my direction, but how I'm steering, for example, someone like Ben Soul to sing about BA, which now we should talking about is from my point of view. So as I'm doing the collabs, it's not that we go and sit down like all these collabs now which I did. It wasn't that let's sit down and come up with a song.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that way. It was, listen, I have this song called ABCD, and I feel like it'd be the perfect person to like execute this.
Yeah.
This is what I've sung in this song. So even at the time I'm playing this song, I already done like my part of it.
Yeah. So you give it to him and come up with your part. So
it's basically it's me who's the driver of where I want this to go. So it's not let's sit down and come up with a song which I feel will be good for the album. No, it's this is a song which I have. I might even send like options. I have these two songs. Choose which one you like. If you like any, then you can work on whichever, blah, blah, blah. So it's fully now direction on that. So it's, yes, as much as it's my album, it's very, yes, as much as it's very collaborative, but it's still very engineered to how exactly and what message I want to even come across.
Put it there.
There are even some people who even gave like certain songs and they put the verses and I was like, it's not fitting into what. So I have to remove that and get someone else. Because remember, at the end of the day, this is my product. Ikikuja hata sema,
how does someone feel when you've called them, they've done something and then you come up and say, you know what, man, I can't keep you here.
Man, it's crazy. That's
mse asikii vibaya.
Yeah. Hata mimi nimefanyiwa hivyo. Si ati me I'm special at me. Even me, some guys who've called me for a collabo. I've called to do a collabo with, but I give them the song. They're like, I don't feel that song. It's not in my whatever. And you have to understand that it's not. Now you feel that this guy, they're like, if you don't feel that song, you don't feel that song, and he's not comfortable doing it. You have to respect that he's not comfortable doing it, as opposed to him doing it for the sake of doing it and does it badly. There's no point. At least mtu anakuambia mazee, ama siko tu kwa space, ama I'm not feeling like I'd give you the best out of whatever I want to, which is okay, you get. So hata mimi pia nishaichujwa kwa ngoma za watu. Unakavasa wanasema, "Hey, this guy verse huyu na hii verse nyingine ni better." Zingine na wewe pia lazima acknowledge wana hii nini kwa better ndio like pull up your socks, but it's not that you're ill out of like bad blood, because at the end of the day it's my product. Remember, hata kenge kwa ni wewe na ungefanya hivyo pia mimi ningeunderstand. So mimi ukinifanyia hivyo sitasema tu msema zile niita nikanini hizi. Ni mimi ndio sikufika your standards, and which is okay. It's remember, it's also like a sport, and it's very, very competitive as well. And it's also a business, and you're also putting a product on the shelf, and the most important person is the customer. The customer kama ako sawa, what happens behind the scene is sisi watu wa huku wa back end, watu wa kumanufacture na nini tunapigana tu huko nyuma, but at the end of the day the product the product is the end key.
But you brought out Pino and Big Pin. I think the guy we've known for the longest is Bigpin.
Bigpin, definitely. So Pino is very new.
Where does Pino come from?
So Pino came from me wanting people to know about my vulnerabilities as well, and about what I've gone through as well, about my experiences in that aspect, not just knowing me as that guy. Bigpin anakonga tunamonanga tu kwa club anaambianga about good times, about about sherehe, about love, about all these nice things, but
he's also human.
So Pino is actually this human. Other side, the Nini side, the one who feels that Nini, the one who is very more mature, more what is that? The grown up. You get, because Pino wasn't there when Big Pin was there, because Big Pin was always young and wild and excited and feeling what. So Pino came in, of course, now with maturity, with age, with being there in the game, with looking at different spaces. As I told you before, I was in the corporate world. Even when I was doing my break from way before, I was in the corporate space for almost like 6 years. So that also took me to to view life differently, to view entertainment differently, to view the corporate world and how they interact and the business aspect of it differently. Remember when I finished high school I was already doing Kina Big Pin, so I didn't get to have that space. So me, I just entered and was into the entertainment scene. So that's all I knew, like majority of my time. So when at the time I was taking now the back bench, was when I was like, okay, so I'd done my, and these are like some of the conversations I always sit down and say, like, I wish we had like now like mentors or good like mentorship programs, just
back in the day,
back in the day to elevate, because me when I was entering at 18, 19, there was no structure, there was no
you were the mentor.
When you get to up, and even at least some of us who are at least lucky, we were under a label like in Ogopa, who was now the structure then, Yes, even them as they were learning, but there was some, there was some sort of structure. So I remember when we did the Agopa, then there was a time when guys now started falling out, and everyone started leaving, and there was now issues now behind the scenes. And then now I left. I think I went to Homeboys. Then I was winning my awards, doing Nini's on. So I remember my last thought of the process was when I did my tour in 2010, I think, 2009, 2010 there. And me, when I started music, I was inspired by Kina Tupac, Kina Ja Rule, Kina, that music. And
guys from the West.
And now I'm in the West. I've done my tour. So what else is there to do? There's no, like no one told me now, go look for a Grammy. you now look for East African artists to collaborate with, and look for West African artists now.
So that you could grow that
Grow
way.
now, because now I'm already feeling okay, what else?
Sinisha make it.
Si nimefika mpaka state 2
Maze.
mpaka nimepiga tour.
Maze.
Sasa ni nini nyingine tutafanya?
Yeah.
When I get so hakuna hiyo mse kuambia hiyo guidance
there
ya,
is
okay,
growth
now,
beyond here.
now you need to go to SA, look for ninis. Now you need to go to TZ. Now you need to go to East Africa. Now you need to go look for collabs with West Africans. Now you need to do quality videos. Now you need to look for that Grammy. Now you need, there's no what's next. After that I'm like, okay, now you don't know what to do. You get then, and I remember at that time like our industry then was very now porous. That's the time the Nigerian music was coming in, a lot of Tanzanian music. So there's even no hope of this.
So you got to a point. Do you think there was a point where you probably got to, or even other people got to, when all this other music started coming in? Of course, you've achieved everything you want to achieve, and people are like, "Oh my goodness, I am in a very precarious ground right now.
Yes.
You don't even understand what's going on."
Thank you. That's exactly what it was. I don't understand what's going on. I don't feel like even fitting, because has a time the name is changing. The whole scene is changing.
Yeah.
I remember the only people who are now coming up and being very relevant then was now the second tier who came in from the Houghty Souls now coming in. Whatever. And remember now they were doing a very different type of music than what I was personally doing. Me, I'm a rapper. I do whatever. They they sing. They have this African flavor. They have this whatever. So we are not even connecting with that. Like in terms of how do you even, like, this is not this is the sound which is coming. This is the vibe which is coming up.
Yeah.
That's not me. So you don't really understand it. Then there's no, as you said, there's no mentor to even show you, okay, now you see this sound, this the new thing which is coming now. You need to
figure out how to fit in.
Maybe jump in it. Maybe I just like, hey, me, I don't like it already. It's weird. So there's a lot of misinformation or misunderstanding of the scene, of just the scene.
Yeah.
And even me, I think I was just talking to another friend of mine the other day, and I was talking about opening something, because like one of my plans is to open like a label. And part of that label, one of the things which I really want to emphasize on is just mentorship and growth in terms of just how the system works.
Yeah.
Even as you enter to be just how the system works, like how you check on your royalties, how to register, like NCMAs, your songs, like those are normal. Bro, those are basics. I came to learn about these things 15 years ago. I've been in the industry for like 22 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, at 15 years ago, like almost like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. Like in 2020, 2019, 18.
18 there is when I'm understanding. Okay, yes, I knew they were there, but
you didn't know how to do it.
Who does it? So, okay, so there's MCSK. Okay, so there's a CMO, so they do the distribution.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to register. Okay, so YouTube, to get royalties, I need to be a partner so that I get. Okay, so because when we started, there was no YouTube, there was no royalties, there was no. We ni ngoma yako unachukua, umerekodi kutoka studio, unapelekea
Pinye
Pinye ama station, whichever station. Sasa kama niyo Pinye, hii ni at the beat, unapeleka hapo na nini, inaachwa hapo, anasikia, akipenda inacheza, kosa kuipenda, story yako pia imeisha hivyo.
Go back to the drawing board. Figure out whatever else you want to do.
So all thing you do is to create. So this story for having that whole nini wasn't there, as guys didn't understand it now, and that's what I like about this culture now, because now for you to be an artist, which I really noticed with the younger artists, they are so like with it in terms of how the structure works, even to a point where artists for nowadays know how to record themselves. Like it's not a thing where you need to have to go to a studio to get whatever. No, you can just sit down. Like those are like normal basics, which as guys never had. Mimi by the time kujirecord lazima niende kwa studio, nitafute producer mwenye atarecord. Hata hizo vitu siko interested in, know how.
Hata kujua.
Yeah, but now that's like a normal basic. Like you recording yourself as an artist, you need to know to record yourself. So it mean just maybe like a year ago is when I knew how to record myself. It's like, so I keep on asking. So those are the fundamentals of now you being an artist. Is like those are things which you need to know. You need to know how to do like basic editing.
Yeah.
video editing. You just can't leave it at because you need to create content.
Yeah.
You need to basically know how to, unless now you have a team, and if you're starting with a 12 team, you're whatever you get. So those are things you need to understand, like to basic edit, to basic to whatever. And I really like that about now the generation now, because I understand that like you don't need, like they're not dependent on someone else. So gatekeeping becomes very hard. In our times, gatekeeping was very easy. Juu ni wewe tu unajua kufanya hiyo kitu, na kama mtu mwingine ajui kufanya hivyo ni hivyo. You get, so this guy has all the power to decide everything.
You know how it could be done, how it couldn't be done.
You get, there's no YouTube where you can just remove your song and put it on YouTube and people will see and like. You have to take it to an individual or to a team of 2 people to make that decision. So if they don't play it, there's no other way.
Nobody else or
will hear it. You get, so it's very easy to get keep, because now you literally hold the keys, but now you don't hold the keys to YouTube. You don't hold the keys to TikTok. It's you open your account, you push whatever. That's what I like about now. Yes, now it's definitely a bit harder, because now, and then also now you have too much now riffraff, because now everyone thinks now they're also an artist. Everyone thinks they can start a podcast because they think Nani's doing a podcast, of course, and it's cool. Let's all do whatever.
Let's go do it.
Now to filter now the good from the bad has become easy, but you see now everyone has a chance. Everyone has a chance, and it's very interesting. You had mentioned something about Issa and K-Rupt, and and I just remembered in this album, this Onge Koko, the last song is called Stronger. So Stronger is actually now Pino again, because as I say, Pino is the more emotional one. So Stronger speaks about that conversation of, you know, just giving like big up to Issa, to actually Issa and K-Rupt, and just having that conversation of, I'm the only one still there, going back into the scene, because I'm telling guys, you know, like I wish you guys were here. Imagine if you guys were here now, and the scene how it is now, you know. So listen to the album. Like I can't wait for you guys to listen. It's the last song is called Stronger, so it's a very deep song. It is an encouraging song. I've used different elements of choir, you know, just to make it have like an interesting, deep story. So Onge Koko is very deep. As I'm telling you, it really took me a whole story, I mean, to come up with it, because I'm always thinking, what am I going to write about Issa? Imagine this is someone who you knew when you were like 13 years old. Like there's so much. How much we're going to put in a song? What are you going to talk about? His childhood, his hits, the fact that he's not there, what he did, the impact, how, like, what are you going to write about? You know, what are you going? So this is just like a summary of just like have that conversation, and then also just give back the flowers to them as the only person who's representing them now in South Sea's finest, let's say in Bamba, you know, like in that space.
Because you're also a South Sea kid. Actually, let's go back to South Sea. So you are, at least is out in the public space, that you're born into a political family, or into a politician's family. My understanding of what politicians were is that they were wealthy people who were well off, who could, whose children had the ability to explore life that was not mainstream. Would I be okay to assume that?
I mean,
So let's you know, paint a picture. You know, make me put me in that context. Let me understand. So can I call you Pino now, or do I go with Big Pin?
Now apparently all my friends call me Pino now. It's like the new name. So Pino is good.
So let's go with Pino to his household. So paint that context for me. How is it like? What sort of music are you listening to? What does the family scene look like?
So the family scene is, of course, my dad's a politician, but my mom is a very religious person. So she's been brought up in a very strict religious home. So Sundays, choir, but she loves music as well. Very cool. My mom loved concerts. So we used to go for concerts even when we were like 13 years old. Go for concerts on.
Which one can you remember going to?
I remember going for Beats of the Season. Those days, I think when we were like 15 years old. I remember the next day was school, because Beats of the Season used to be on a Sunday. Yes, you know, they used to be on a Sundays, they were school. And she used to take us for whatever. She'd be like, you have to go for Beats of the Season, whatever. So her being a music lover. So it wasn't really, it wasn't really like a struggle for me. It wasn't for like, hey, you can't be seen singing, you can't be whatever. No, it was very open, but it wasn't like now as serious as it is now. Like, this is not how it expected to be, but in terms of that, I mean, like in terms of that setting, it was very open. It very open, though they also didn't really know much that I was in music to that extent.
Yeah.
You know, because I was never like in choir in school. I was not like in drama where you can follow up and say you used to be in drama.
Yeah, he's leaning towards the
leaning
creative
towards
side.
me. No, me, I was just, now a kid, just used to love sports. And in fact, my music came from the love of rugby, because I used to like listen to chants.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, I loved music, but not to sing. I just used to like to listen to music and write poems.
Yeah.
So I used to write like short poems, and it used to excite me, because to me it was like a puzzle. Like, I can write this and it rhymes with this. Oh, that sounds so nice.
Who are you
Write this
writing
and-
poems to?
Imagine no one. So funnily enough, let me give you like my first poem. I wrote it, I think was in class 6 or even 5.
Yeah.
And I wrote this poem from a book. So this book which I think I was reading, and there's this song for what's this guy's name? Jackson something. The song is it's a Kikuyu song, like folk song. Mendo wakwa mariro igware akware agoro na 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 na. Kamaru, it was called Kamaru.
Yeah.
It's called Kamaru. And the poem I wrote was a little bird upon the tree, come and sing a song to me. I am sitting here alone, come and sit upon the stone. And the little bird say, no, mama will not let me go. You will shut me up, and I'm about to hop about and fly. So it was a storybook. So I turned it into, now gave it now that melody. So I used to do that a lot. So I used to start now writing my own. So I could hear like a melody, then I write my own things, but just as poems, just leave it there. No, not for production, not for even singing out loud, unless now I used to sing it now with that tune. It still gets, hey, just listen to this thing, they just ends there. Yeah. So my interest was there, but not in terms of going commercial or anything. I didn't even know it was going to get that moment. Yeah. So at that moment in time, the music which I was listening to in the household was, of course, hip hop, the Tupacs, the DMXs, the Ja Rules, the R&Bs, the millennium music. That's what is being played on Kina Chanelo, Kina Jimmy Carter's show. Those are the videos when MTV came in, it was still new. Kina Kina Music Time, Kina Fredo Machoka, the souls and they used to do so. But at that time, I remember in that era, for me it was R&B and hip hop. It was very big then, so that's what I used to, like, it come to my room, you couldn't see the wall.
It was full of posters,
posters of who, lyrics of who. So at that time, that's what I'm listening to. So I think my spark to actually enter into music, into a studio, is when we moved to South Sea and met Issa.
Yeah.
So I remember, so I had a poem book. You remember those 2 poems I used to write? Yeah. So maybe 3 pages, maybe like 6 poems or even 5, but like my poems are like 8 bars or 4, because just lit. And then I remember this tune. So I remember one day, between me and my bro is really extroverted. Yeah. Me, I'm introverted between me and my brother. So me, I'm always chilled, niko tu kwa nyumba, I don't know what I was doing. So my bro comes and tells me, yo, there's a guy who I met here jana. He writes poems like you. Like, he will show me like some of his poems. Yeah. He's like, yeah, it's cool. I think like you should meet him. So I think like the next day at some point, I ended up meeting. So we met, he's like, yeah, like your bro tells me to write poems. Like, yeah, some poems, it's a name for him. The guy opens his book. He has like 15 poems. Yeah. I'm like, this ninja, man. This guy. And then his poems are full. Okay. Are full. Mine were 8 bars. Just put Nini there. So it's not at a fully Nini on. Yeah. They're arranged. They're like, it's not at just, it's structured. You look at chorus there. Then there's a space. Then there's a paragraph. then it's well spaced. Then you open, then this another poem again. Me, mine are just this poem here, it's another poem here. This is no
all over the place.
So it's like, hey, this guy's another level now. Issa, he's like another level. He's arranged the guy, his poems, and since he was half Tanzanian, his Swahili was very pronounced. He was in Blue Side, yes, but when he starts not speaking Swahili, anaongelea Kiswahili ile sasa TZ, so ilikuwa ni very interesting. But I'm switched from just meaning, then he's not like speaking like our Swahili ile asheng, anaongea Swahili sanifu, get. But still, as much as he grew up here, his dad was Tanzanian. Then in the household, that's how you speak. Like the
Swahili sanifu,
proper Swahili.
And at this point, are you kind of like close to Issa in age when you're meeting him?
Yeah, I mean, we're age mates. He was a bit older than me, maybe 2 years. But we were in the same, that's age mates. I mean,
so when you're meeting with Issa, he's not doing music at all?
He's not doing music. He's not in the music scene.
He's just a guy who
He's He's in school still. Me, I'm in St. Christopher's. He's in Brayside. I never remember there was once we had met in rugby, but I didn't know it was him, because now we used to meet. I think we met in Roslyn for like a rugby game. Those 2 rugby tournaments for inter-schools. So you could trust, like, this guy's from South. It's like, but I can't remember. But now, after meetings, then it's like, you're in Brucehead. There's a guy called who and so. Ninins. Then it's like, I'm also know so and so from Ninins. Like, this. So, but we're not in music yet. We're still in high school. So we're still doing even now, how Joe came up, the song Joe, was we were going for Black Rock. Black Rock was an event for rugby, for schools rugby. So I think we with Kinathome now friends of the Pirates, now who are some of his friends now we're going for Black Rock. And in the car tumejazana, sijui hizo siku gari moja mko sijui who and who mko watu sijui wangapi. The song for War starts playing, Black Robe. So Issa, uko at the end of the, you know how those songs used to have an instrumental at the end. Tells guys, listen, anything I say Joe. So in the car, that's when it says, kuna kijana moja toka South Sea, the whole car, Joe, kijana moja lebo kama Nike, Joe. Guys are like, crazy. Then me, I'm like, you know what? If there's anything, after anything I say, you say, okay, sawa, so we all psyched up and we're going for now Black Rock. And those days rugby was big. Any rugby event was always a big event. That's why there are shorties, that's why there's a plan, that's why there's music, that's why there's DJs and whatnot. So it was a big deal. So we are going for rugby, we are psyched. And I remember one of our friends called Tome, and I think some other friends of us in the car, they're like, you guys, man, you go and record this thing in the studio. Like, it sounds so dope already. This was after maybe like a year of us guys hanging out together. We just, we play PlayStation. We just do what guys just do, hang out to us boys too. Really, those poems come in like once in a while. But that's it. There's nothing else to really. So when he said that's like, by the way, that's actually a good idea. We need to record these things. So Issa now really took that. I remember from then, that's when the conversation of now going to the studios came in. And Issa really took the mantle on that fully. Because even me, honestly, if it wasn't for Issa, I don't think I'd have been in music. It's be like, you have this thing, you can and but like me, I just used to like the poems. It sounds nice, but not that now I'm going to record. Now it's never that serious.
You were just doing the thing because you liked it.
I liked it.
I mean, nothing serious.
Nothing serious. But he was really him. Honestly, he was really fully into it. He was like, you need to record this. I remember now he was the forerunner. Like our first studio we went to, because I remember we were the Pirates. The Pirates are not just me. It was me, him, I think 2 other people who were actually singing. Not even 2, 3 or 5. Kina Yasin, Muna, Tome, Safo, Malu, and everyone. Because what Issa wanted to replicate those days was this thing for groups. Remember those days like DMX had the Rough Riders. Kenani had the Locks, like you're always in groups. So it's like, this is our crew. So our crew was now the Pirates. So me, him, everyone else. Then after that, so under the Pirates was the Buccaneers, who was now Habib and Manga. But that was now the basic structure of now of our
crew.
of our crew. But now the most dominant ones were me and him because those were more active in terms of the singing. So I remember him going, even selling his games, his Nini like Nintendo games, like let's go pay for, and even his mom contributing to help him go to like our first studio to go do now his album. The album was called Maisha Issa Volume 1. I remember that was called. So we went to that studio, did a couple of tracks, timelines
and
and
this
there.
before Ogopa.
This is before Ogopa. This is before Ogopa. So we went and did Joe being one of them now. I think there was Nairobi Abamba, it's not even there. There was, I think he did like 5 songs, So in the middle of all this conversation going on, and Nini, I think there was an issue with the studio. I think the studio moved or they closed or, something happened. Then we just left, and the only thing which we left with was Joe. You get.
So all the other songs
which were done,
lost.
Maisha ya Bamba and Nairobi Abamba, there was like 3 or 4 songs. They even some collab goes Wingula Tisa. I'm not even sure if Leo was part of that or not, but there was a couple of songs we done, but the only one which we come out with was Joe. So we stayed. After that, we stayed maybe for another 6 months. Then is when we heard of now. I think
Lucas.
No, we didn't even know Lucas then. Okay. We knew now the artist yet. We heard of Ogopa DJs from Kina Red Sun, I think Nameless.
Okay, yeah, like, you are seeing the artists.
Not seeing them. That time we don't even, there's no videos for seeing anyone.
Or hearing them.
Yeah, we're hearing. It's like, So we're hearing that there are these guys called Ogopa DJs, and they're dope producers. And they're where? And then South B. I mean, like, we live in South C.
Just cross the road.
We've been going all the way to State House, because this other studio was Uko side of State House.
Yeah.
We've been going all and it's Uko Nini, let's go see these guys.
Yeah.
So it's a maneuver. The first jazz guys went, and we met Lucas.
Yeah.
So he told him, we are Issa and Bigpin, because we were a group.
Yeah.
That's how we, because we always did like a group, like we're Issa and Bigpin.
Also, your group
was Pirates.
Okay, so we're the Pirates, but this Pirates is
this is Issa and Bigpin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that time there was no solos. All the songs were done them, not just pamoja. So chorus. Of course, Issa was still not like the main person in terms of coming up in Nini's, but then he'll tell you, okay, write your verse here.
Yeah.
Nini here. But it was all now collabs like Issa and Big Pin. Like, yes, I guess I've done. I just guess are rappers. We are from South Sea, Nini. So he was like, okay, a boot rap for me. Now Lucas.
Yeah.
So now, of course, now we rapped for him. Then now we had that demo for the Joe.
Yeah.
So he listened to the demo. That's when now he remade now the Joe, which now he did, because it wasn't the same one. So now that was now our first ever encounter and recording. So this was after a year of being now recording those songs, doing whatever
in the other studio.
Doing this. Then we heard about these guys. Then we came in. Then now we did Joe.
So it took a whole year from the time when you heard of Kina Nameless and Kina Red Sun to the time you actually went and recorded.
No.
With Lucas.
We actually had of them a bit, maybe like 6 months. Okay. But I remember I'm saying getting into the scene, into the recording
so
scene.
A year.
It was a whole year. Then we went to Ogopa. Then it's when now Ogopa was basically our beginning in terms of now the songs to be played on radio. Because this one we just had it, but it was never played anywhere. Yeah. We just had the song, but it's only us and
play
the people
it at home in your
home
CD
with
player.
Your friends, and whatever,
And woe upon you if you scratch that CD. Was it in a CD?
It was on a tape.
Oh, it was in a tape.
Well, a CD, to get a CD was like 500 bob, and a CD by the time we even get someone to, because I remember.
Yeah.
You talk about a CD. I remember our first show we done with Pinye. It was for Chagulatini's. There's this big show used to happen of end of year. Every end of year, not back to school. My God, what was this? There's this big show used to happen end of every year. And that was the space like for artists to come. I remember our first ever big show. I remember guys saying, Issa and Big Pin on stage, Nini. We gave DJ Pinye the CD. Guys are hyped up. The crowd is hyped up. Give it up. Nini, guys have come in noisy guy. Nani tries to play. DJ Nani Pinye is saying it's not playing. Even the format is even wrong. It's not playing.
It was
It's not
it was
playing.
saved as a file.
Yeah, he was not playing. We were booed off that stage, my guy. I remember Issa was so hurt.
Oh
He
boy.
killed him, Yani, because like that was like the place where now we were supposed to prove ourselves. We've been hyped up, and I think we already released Joe.
Yeah.
I think, and something else. But now we've never been on a big stage. I remember that time the biggest song was Mona Lisa. Checking Mona Lisa. We are like, Yani.
Tingisha.
Those, Yani, and I remember they even came in after us. They killed the show. Us guys were so depressed. Yani, we didn't perform. First of all, we were booed because we were, guys, overhyped, because of course our crew was there, guys, for South Sea. We were like, yeah, we've come to rap, we're coming on stage, we've hyped the guys. Then now it's not playing.
Yeah.
Not playing. Then of course now you're not at your profession, you know how to talk around, you know how to maneuver. You're just there looking confused,
looking around.
looking like, oh my god, you're shocked. Your white world does need, guys are booing you. The MC is like, okay, Tokeni next.
And you are kids,
right? You're so traumatized, my friend.
Oh,
You go
man.
home, you don't even want to talk to anyone. It was. I remember Issa was that show. I think was the break point of him saying, these guys will know us.
Yeah.
They love to. This thing has been like this. It really like drove him to enter that. Because his work ethic and his psyche for music was on another level. Think about this. At that moment in time, we went into Ogopa. We were the last people to go into Ogopa. I think us and Klepto.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were around the same, the time on. Everyone else was there. Red Sun was there. Bigpin was there. Mr. Lenny was there. Nameless was there. Wahoo was there. Amani was there. Kunguri was there. Think of anyone who was in Ogopa.
Yeah.
All those people, they were already there.
Yeah.
Ogopa was already happening. Us guys were the last people to come in. Issa was the first person to remove an album.
After all these guys have been here.
All these guys are here.
Yeah.
Skinner, all these guys are here. Issa was the first guy to remove an album.
To put an album out
and
there.
He's one of the last people to come in.
Yeah.
Kina Nameless are there, Kina Mani are there. Nameless are Kina Noki. Kina Mani, Kina Bigpin, Bangers, Red Sun.
Yeah.
Think of all those names which I'm mentioning to you.
Yeah.
The first person to have an album.
Well, Issa.
That just shows the amount of determination
that he had,
and the amount of energy and the amount of skill and talent that Lucas saw and said, "Hey, this guy, album which is coming out fast."
Yeah,
and Lucas at that time was sharp in terms of understanding the sound, and like he was with it 100%.
Yeah,
he understood the sound. He was he was on the ground. He was a DJ at Homeboys. He was producing. He'd been a DJ before, so he was very fresh on understanding everything. And it's like, this is the album that's going to come out. Not that these guys are not talented. All those names umesikia hapo juu.
Of course, man, those are all big names, man.
Exactly, but just
they painted the scene. They made it. They basically brought the music out. Yeah, I mean, they were I could say the OGs of that era.
Of that era, exactly. And it just shows you how much skill and whatever he had. Because that guy used to eat, sleep, and dream music. Just talking about a label and talking about now the next step. And that's why I keep on saying, if he was alive, guys would say, where would he be right now? I honestly think he'd be like a CEO. He'd put he was always into that CEO of a label. He'd be a record exec. He'd be in that. At that time, he was thinking about that. So definitely, even him putting us under the Pirates, under that, he'd already seen, this is what I want to have artists. I want to have, he already had that in mind. But he was very passionate about his craft. He was, he gave it his all. He talked about it every time he listened to a song. And instruments like, this guy sounds so whatever. But albums, you'd sit down and listen. Then he would listen to Biggie. And then he was a big fan of Biggie.
Yeah.
We'd sit down and listen to Biggie's album and chambua word by word. It's just like, wow, I listen to this bar. I come up with this, imagine this. Like, that was his world. 100% wake up, come up, scare this idea. I remember even the idea for Boomba telling me, was doing a song called, then it goes like, boom, boom, ba. Then I'm like, now what's this guy saying? What's this? Boomba is like the sound. The sound is Boomba. So imagine when someone's telling you that. See, now, like, you didn't know the song, so you didn't know Boomba is. But imagine you have no idea what Boomba is. So someone come and tell you, so the sound is boom, boom, ba. So I'm like, what sound? The sound is heavy and it's boomba. I'm like, I'm not kidding.
That is borderline genius.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so as you're telling me, so that's the idea. As you now, when they were now like with name, they're telling me, that's the idea we've come up with. It's boomba, so the boomba is a sound.
Yeah.
So it's boom, boomba. So I'm like, hey, this game, I'm not understanding it. Like what this guy trying to say. But Yani, he really imagined how the sound would be. You know, he really imagined how, like he was really, really, really engraved into the music. At that point, where I was with him most of the time, I think that's all we talked about.
Yeah.
Music, now of course, now life or family, girlfriends, you know, and even funnily enough, towards the end, his conversations about God were very inclined, because they're very like spiritual, because his dad was a very, you know, like his dad was Muslim, his mom was Christian, but when he grew up a Muslim the whole time.
Yeah.
You get, but when he's a bit older, since they're not together with the dad, he came back into Christianity.
Yeah.
You get, and he's always talking about that's the conversation. So he was in a very interesting space. He was in a very interesting space, and that's why even I always tell guys that his death really affected me a lot. As much as guys are like, yeah, because this is someone who you knew like since you were 15, before the music. Watch the fame, because his fame was very short. Like he wasn't famous for a very long time. You would think about it. It wasn't famous at even for 10 years.
Yeah,
Issa was famous for when he started music in 2000. He died in 2003.
Yeah, those are basically 2 years or 3 years. If
you know, so he wasn't famous for long. So he wasn't, you know, he wasn't like he didn't really. I think like the things which hurt me the most were he did, because I could see how he was working for it. He was going through, coming, and you have your album ready. It's finished. Your album is ready. You don't even go and perform your album. You don't even have a launch of your own album, because he died when just his album came out. You know, Boomba was nini. So those are things I was like, oh my God, that album was everything, because I featured in 2 of the songs now with now him and K-Rupt, and then now Joe.
Yeah.
Then he's not there. Remember, this is the person who's been with you the whole time. So he's the person encouraging you into music. He's the person, when I have an idea of a song, I go to him, I'm like, scare this idea. When it's that same person, when he has an idea for our songs, like, Ebu scare this idea. Like, we bump off each other's ideas. We bump. So, you know, this is the person who, like, you the whole time. Then I've already done now because I remember me going to tell him about Bigpin.
Yeah.
Like after I wrote it, I told him, my guy, I've written a song, and I want to call it my name. And I want to call it Bigpin.
Bigpin.
He's like, wow, how are you going to sing it? I'm like, I'm going to sing it. So when I say this or whatever, so I sang it to him, and he was he was just like, you guys, that is the best intro I've ever had. If you even listen to Bigpin till now, it's me and him who do the chorus. Yeah. That his name is, it's me and him, because he was just dying. He was just like, how can you come up with this? Yeah. You know, and he was so excited about it. It's like, this is what I was telling you about. You get, have that Kalua thing, you know, it's dope. You get already, put that on, you know. So he's sort of like my mentor at that space. Then he's not there all of a sudden, you know. And then this is the person now, he's already engaged you into this box of now they're in pirates, now you have this, already have my singles, I'm in the space now we are on, you know, let's do this. Yeah. Then now, you have the biggest album, he has the biggest album. Yeah. He's no longer there. And then so it really took
must have really taken you down a very bad path.
Really, because now even the person to bounce off ideas, who is it now? Yeah. You know, who else was there? You know, there's no one.
And you're a kid at this point.
Yeah, a kid at this point. And the other guys for like the Pirates, them they're not really into me. I mean, they're not really into music as much as me and Issa were. Yeah. So now you're left into that anywhere. Now how do I whatever. And thank God for people like Nameless now, because now that's how Nini became. Because I remember how I met Nameless the first time outside the Ogopa studio, and I was singing in Anoki. Not even knowing, because there was no videos then, not even knowing that it's him who sang the song. I just liked the song. So Issa tells me, you know, this Nameless, Nameless is the one who sang this song.
Yeah, so you're standing there with Issa, you're singing the song.
Yes.
And then
Nameless is there. We are outside like Agopa Studios. Okay. I think we are going for an event, something. Yeah. We all don't know each other. Funnily enough, even at a moment in time, we didn't know. We knew the names of people
but
from the Agopa one. Because I know there's Googs Vinny Banton who sang Hidurai, but I don't know who Googs is exactly. I don't know how he looks like. There's no video. Yeah. Remember, the videos came in now later on. There's no video. I know Amani. I know her voice. I know that she done who sang that song, but I don't know who she looks. I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
I know this a guy called Nameless. I don't know who he is exactly. You get even this before the ninis have come. Them magazeti zimekuja.
Yeah.
Hizi magazeti zilianza kuja
It's in
sasa
a
now when
pulse.
the Agopa, it's already now on the nini. But now when us guys were entering when the nining there, we don't know who is who.
Yeah.
So as I'm singing that song is when Issa tells me, you know, the girl sang that song. This guy, this is Nameless. So even Nameless turned and starts laughing. He's like, yeah. He even thought like I was nining him.
Yeah, kidding.
So now it's such a and then
Yeah.
now since we're already friends, now we started hanging out. So even after his death, that's why even more because now
They kind of help you
this
deal
the
with
only
it.
person who now first of all is in the music scene. He's much older, you know, most kids more mature than. He also took me as a small bro. He's like, oh, I understood this, whatever. So, but at that moment in time, it was just, now this thing.
Because when Issa passes away, you are literally a kid.
I
I
mean,
you are in your early 20s, you'd say?
I think 22, 23, you know. So
And
it was.
I'm just wondering, even how you deal with death at this time.
Bro, it was so
Because
crazy for me.
you
First
can't-
of all, I'd never lost anyone my whole entire life.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only people who had lost were my grandma, who had never gone for funeral, who never went for funeral. I think the last time I went for, before that, the funeral which I went for, I think we were like maybe 6 years old. Like, you can't even, like, it's not you're not even aware that it's a funeral. You're just a kid.
Yeah.
So these are grown up. So I'd never, first of all, I'd never lost anyone who's close to me, who I knew personally, as even in school, like as it is a friend or something. I never lost anyone. I'd never seen a dead body my whole life, apart from in TV.
Yeah.
You know,
in movies. Yeah.
Am I in movies, but on a person, whatever. So on many aspects of, first of all, losing someone who you're already at that age and already in the same space, then now they're no longer there. Like me and Issa used to spend the whole day together. Like sleep over at his house, he sleeps over at my house. We always walking, even as the neighbors. Tunaenda studio tunarudi. Like his mom and mom till now, like his family, sleep over there, eat there. Yeah, like it's far more fully, you know.
Yeah.
Then you know it was, so for me it was like a drastic, like it affected me for a very long time.
Yeah.
Even like despite me now doing kinanatafuta, doing whatever, yani it was. Now it's like you have to, now it's like you're alone. Now you have to get that struggle for now. You have to get. So
it's kind of like you have to find even a musical footing on your own.
On your own, without that kanini.
Because he was always there with you, and you kind of would be able to bounce ideas from
back,
off
exactly.
each other.
And that,
So
that's what I miss the most. That bouncing back. Like every time I had an idea, webuske idea niko nayo. Webuske idea niko nayo. Then I even feel like this person gets me. Yeah, Ebu put this, I'ma put this. Then now that person is not. Now it's only you.
Yeah.
So you don't even know who to bounce it on, because even if you get someone else, it never
the
be
relationship
the same.
can't be the same.
It can never be the
because
same.
you'd grown together from when
As you're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
You know, from scratch of the nini. You know, as you're learning, as you whatever. So it was really like a nini space for me, and it took me a long time for me to overcome it and just to understand what happened, and for me to come back on it. But even the reasons, even as I'm mentioning in this album. And that's the last song, and the last song is called Stronger.
Yeah,
so Stronger is just, even just what I've said, just yani, you just keep pushing it as much as, you know, whatever has happened in your life has happened. Always, there's a reason why it's happened, and the stronger you are, the better you overcome it. If you let it overwhelm you, then now you become a victim of, oh my God, you know now. Oh my God, you know now, because you're not strong enough to stand against it and be whatever. Because I mean, it's life that happens. So, as you mentioned, that's actually one of the reasons.
And
the last song in the album.
And I even think that this death, you know, Issa's death, it seems to have affected you for a long time.
It did.
Not only during that time, I would even imagine. It's like you have moments now when you kind of still reminisce what you guys had from.
It's anything which is the first. It always cuts deep.
Yeah.
The first person you ever lost, your first ever best friend. You know who you called now. This is your homie. Then it's the person who's introducing you to a new, a creative space where now it's interesting. Where I remember now we are going for shows. And we're like. Yani, we were singing, enjoying the car. Now we're being called somewhere, and we're being told that we're going to be paid to sing. You know, that's... It's overwhelming. You didn't even think that was ever going to happen. Because me, at the time, I was no... as guys were doing music. Okay, me personally, let me speak for myself. Honestly, money was not anything on my mind.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just about can I hear myself? Do I sound nice? Is it dope? Oh my God, it sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that now I could make money with that was like, wow. Kumbe I can, because there's no one who we knew had made, apart from American artists and whatever.
Yeah.
But there's no one
Nobody
here
was making
who
money,
you could see at, I want to
crazy
be like
money.
Nani. You
Yeah.
see, like now you'd say, I want to be like Jones.
Yeah.
And have a house in Karen, a big house. There's no one to look up to that level who is Nini. So for you, it's just, it's like a sport. You just play
You're
rugby because it's fun, the thrill, the adrenaline. You're not being told that maybe you'll be a pro and become a big whatever and be, you know, exactly.
And
So
be
that's
signed
the
by a
space.
big team.
Signed by a big team, but the thrill at that time. So that's exactly how like I got into music.
By the way,
it's a thrill.
Yeah. No, you were finishing. The way you got it because it was a thrill.
The thrill, it's entertaining, is what I like. It sounds to me, because I love music, I'm like, oh my God, it sounds nice. I think it can sound better if I do this. I think it can sound better. But the whole motive was not that I want to be famous.
Yeah. Or
I want to be rich. It's like, oh my God, it sounds so dope.
It's because it sounds nice.
It sounds nice.
And even if I were to go back to the songs that you recorded in that studio in State House, and the one where they gave you only Joe, you know, the demo.
Yeah.
What happened to those songs?
Bro, that's now, I don't know what happened. I think like the studio closed.
So somewhere in this Nairobi or in this planet,
you know, it's a very interesting conversation, because I've been meaning to ask, because the studio I think was called Brick House. It was in Nini. There's some guys I need to follow up on, but I don't know. I'm hoping they could be.
I think I'm going to call this episode. The title of this episode is going to be "The Lost Songs," the Lost Tapes of Issa, or the Lost Songs of Issa. Because this is very interesting. Actually. Because I mean, it will basically grow the portfolio that we have of the songs of Issa, by extension, you as well.
Yeah,
they could be somewhere, man.
Bamba Maisha Nini Volume 1. There's some guys, I think there's a guy called Derek who used to work at Brick Record or something.
Derek, man, if you're out there somewhere, if someone knows where Derek is, Derek who used to work at Breakhouse Records.
We look for the Issa's lost tapes.
Man, reach out to Bigpin,
Pino, it can be dope.
And tell him where those songs are, man. It would be nice to listen to those. And you know something else that even when you think about it, some people say or tend to say, and we were talking about this earlier when we were hanging out with Willis, some people even tend to imagine that Issa was only great because he passed away, and you know he was great posthumously. That when he was here, he was not a great guy.
Yeah, I know. Even me, I've had those conversations a lot, and I understand where they come from. Because, as I said, Issa was famous for 2 years. It's not like he was there for 10 years, you know. But and even as I mentioned before, we were the last group at that moment in time to enter the Ogopa, stable with Kina Klepto.
Yeah.
And Issa was the first person to release an album. That already is a sign of something. Greatness. Why not Red Sun? Why not Gox Banton? Why not Baby Cool? Why not Chameleon? Why not Nameless? Why not Amani? Why not Kunguru? Whatever. Why not?
By the way, Chameleon was signed to Ogopa.
All these guys were in Ogopa at that time.
Chameleon left Uganda.
He was in Ogopa. We heard of Ogopa from the songs of Kina Chameleon and Red Sun, and of course.
I mean, it's hitting me right now, man. For a very long time, I haven't even thought about it. Yeah.
All these guys, but why is Issa's album
coming out
a priority first?
Yeah.
That just shows already there's a
greatness.
There's a level of skill. There's a level of work ethic that was seen that these other people didn't have, and that is just a fact. 2, for anyone who keeps saying he was big because he died or whatever, go listen to his album and listen to why he was big. You know, people just go, maybe it's this song, whatever. Just go listen to that whole body of work. There was no better album which was done at that moment until now. You can listen to that album from start to finish.
Yeah.
And all the songs were written fully by him. And listen to even just the vibe. We talk about, I think it was that time for Rainbow Alliance, just being in terms of whatever, doing R&B, doing collabs, Kina Brenda Mosmos, with Kina Mr. Lenin, doing Kina Kamata, doing now Boomba Train with now like Nameless. Remember, these are his songs.
Yeah.
These are Issa songs.
I
Boomba Train is not Nameless's song. Kamata
Yeah,
is not
man.
Mr. Lenny's song. Whatever. These are his songs, which are till now.
big songs then.
Till now.
You know how I meet Issa? I meet Issa in Kaka. It's a very funny story. I'm in a place called Eregi Teachers College in Western Province, in the bundos of some place.
The
in
midst of
Eregi.
the Catalonia.
You know? And I'm hanging out with Eric Wayne, and I'm a kid. I'm probably 13, 14 years old. Probably 13 is more like it. 2003 April, I'm hanging out with Talia Oyando and Eric Wainaina. They've written this song, and I'm performing it in the music group for my primary school.
Yeah.
And so I'm performing it there as I'm a lead singer with some other girl who's the lead singer doing the female part.
Yeah.
And so she's doing Talia's part, I'm doing Eric's part.
This part. Wow. Okay.
And so I'm hanging out with them, and then in their car, so they've come from Nairobi with this van. Me, I'm a kid from Kisii, man.
Yeah.
The village. You've come here in a school bus or in a church or in some bus from the village,
From
man.
the village, yeah.
I'm here, first of all, Eregi is a wonderful place for me because it's away from my village,
Yeah.
right? So I'm over here, and I'm hanging out with Eric, and we're chatting about. I'm telling him about my grandfather having property in Nairobi West, and Eric tells me, man, I live in Westlands. I'm like, oh, you live in Westlands, man? That's beautiful and awesome. And so we're in his car, a van. They come. Maybe it was not his, it was rented or whatever, but it doesn't matter. It is a van.
And you're driving it, yeah.
And so we are inside, and then he's playing music. And then that's the first time I hear Kamata. And I'm like, man, this is cool music. And of course, I'm a church kid, but
Yeah.
I can relate to
Can
this
relate to
music.
the music, yeah.
And then after that, he plays Boomba Train. And I think, so now this is around the time when he tells me, man, the guy who's signing this song just passed away. I'm like, what? This guy passed away. I mean, I couldn't understand. The pain, of course, because I didn't know the guy.
Didn't know the guy, definitely.
But the songs were beautiful. Now, let's fast forward. 2025, man. I'm listening to the same songs, man.
Imagine.
And it sounds, with the same awesome sound that I had it the very first time. And when you think about it, man, the equipment then, the technology that was there then was
and
not
the
as advanced.
As now. And still
You
listen
know?
to the production now.
20
years later.
So I agree with you when people say that he was only great because he died and then the greatness came. I think I disagree with them because there was greatness.
Before. Yes, there's some level of elevation. I won't refuse. I won't say it now that that's not there, definitely. But that's not at the reason why he became famous. He was already famous. He's already big. It's just because his nini was very short and he didn't get to. What always feel painful is that he didn't get to experience because he really wanted to come. His album was called Nimefika. I have arrived.
Yeah.
And I'm telling guys, I am here. Then you finish the album and you don't get to arrive at there. That was, to me, that was like, till today I'm always like, because I could see Yani the works, like you get Bigpin. These guys will know Yani who Issa is, the lyrical tongue twister. I think I'm a rapper. I remember that was that time for the D songs. From now guys for the other camps, the D songs, Yani was like Yani full up to this, he was on another level. So Yani for I mean, I understand for the people who didn't know him on that level, but in terms of his work and his craft, I think it speaks for itself. I don't even think I need to say it. No, it was not because of this. No, I think even now, go to a club and play Mos, play Boomba Train, play Kamata, play Bamba, play Siusare, people, guys, and that's all Issa's. That's in one album.
Yeah.
So that already just shows you what kind of
greatness.
What kind of greatness. Of course, his death elevated it more because elevated his greatness, not elevated him to be great.
Yeah.
It just elevated his greatness already because he's already great.
Man, I think that you guys had a beautiful relationship, man. Now, when I listen to your songs, I hear, I don't know if you know a guy. Is a younger guy. Younger guy sings like some sort of neo soul sort of vibe. His name is Billy Black. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Billy Black.
Yeah, he's a nice young guy. So what he does with his music, he has this Luo vibe in it. And he throws in Luo words and some Luo bars and stuff, a little bit here and there. And so when I listen to your music, it sort of has the same kind of
that's
style,
identity.
You always throw in, even thinking about Onge Koko.
Koko.
Man, that's Luo, man.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Of course, you are half Luo, But you identify with this so strongly. You identify with this Luo vibe so strongly. Is this something that you always envisioned doing in your? Is this something that you had earlier on from then, that this is how I want to do my music? This I want to have. Even when you were telling me about when Issa was doing Joe in the car, you did Yawa in the same car.
In the same.
So was this your style?
Now that you mentioned it, I think it is just my way of being different from every other rapper. So I felt like till today, I think Luo is still a very cool language.
Yeah.
I think it has another aura. It has some swag. It has some interesting how Jangos pronounce certain words. I really like the dialect and how it sounds.
Yeah.
And for me, I've always wanted to be different. Yes, as much as I could rap in Swahili, and I can still rap in Swahili, I can rap in English, but I always feel like, what will make me stand out differently? So putting those touches of Luo, and what I always did was not to make my Luo fully Luo that someone else who's not Luo will not understand.
Will be alienated.
I'll be alienated fully, but be like, okay, the beat is nice, but now I'm lost in the conversation. I always wanted to give you like one or two words, which even if you're not Luo, be like, I don't want to know what that means. You won't get lost into the whole translation of the song. So you need to find ways to like mix it up, and that's why I always call myself the Luo flow rap king, because it's not about rapping in Luo, because I know a lot of people who rap in Luo fluently, bars in Luo, but it's only Luo people who understand that and enjoy. Even a rapper, even as much as I can tell, maybe the flow is nice, if I don't really understand what you're saying, it'll be very hard. Like I love rap, but I can't listen to a French rap and be like, wow, those are bars. I'll just be like, okay, the flow is dope. He sounds like saying something cool, but I won't be intrigued to listen to whatever. But if it's something which I understand, and then you put maybe some English, then I put a loose French 2-3 words, I'll be like, what did you say in French there? Okay, get that. So I've always
go look for it.
like priding myself in having that Luo flow rap king, because it's not just about flowing in Luo the whole way. It's finding interesting pockets and on how you can place the Luo words in a way that, first of all, they stand out. They're not hidden by the songs. If you notice, like in my songs, what I say Luo is what stands out. Like for example, in Atafuta I say Angi mamora nikasa yudonyara to onge machanda, onge maboga, onge anyone the world manyalo. Everyone sings that part, even people who are not Luos, but it's the nini part. Then from there I sing Natafuta mazi moja nini bamba nini. But I always make sure that whatever I sing in Luo, it's like the highlights. Like the highlights of the song. So it's not that I'm trying like lose you. So for me to do that is just mostly not had you mentioned it wasn't like a planned thing. Maybe it was just
something that just
subconscious. I was just feeling, okay, for me to stand out is me putting a few words, since I already have that advantage of I can speak Luo and I understand it. I can find a way to put it in my music where it's authentic and it sounds a bit different. So maybe subconsciously it was like a strategy I had, but I don't know. Now that you mentioned it now, I'm just thinking about it, because the whole idea I was doing it just to be different. So that I just don't, because everyone is singing in English, everyone is singing
English and Swahili.
But I also can't sing in Luo fully. But because if you can have that,
you lose people.
I lose people. But if you can have that balance where I can put 1, 2, 3 interesting words which are funny and intriguing, and also can connect with people, then that gives me the edge.
Awesome. And even when I think about, I don't know, do you think would have been any influence from Gidi and Magis and Bogabo?
A lot of influence, actually. Because I remember one of the now that you mentioned it, one of the songs which I was doing when I was in Form 3 was Ketemana Pin, Doke Manaka, Ting Badi Malo, Beongeo. And I remember I was telling you used to do chants. Chants for rugby when you're doing the rugby, whatever. So I remember when that song came out, I was still in high school then, I was listening
which
to
one?
radio.
Unbogable? No, Ting Badi Malo,
Ting Badi Malo. And I was singing it for guys in school. Now, in class, I'm telling guys, we listen to this song, because of course I had it now in radio. And they don't Luo, me and no Luo, so I could tell whatever. So guys just used to know Ting Badi Malo, because it was
the line.
It was like the main line, but they didn't know the Hetemana Pen Doke Manaka. So I used to, and that was like I used to add that. So I make sure I tell them Hetemana Pen. So this means put it here, Doke Manaka, Ting Badi Malo. then they get the whole new whatever. So that also sort of influence, like it sounds so nice. You know, Ting Badi Mali, put your hands up, nini on. So it's like guys really like this Kajango swag.
Oh, so body is hands.
Yeah, Ting Badi Malo.
Lift up your hands.
Yeah.
So
Ketemana pin, put it here. Kemanaka, bring it still here.
Yeah.
Ting Badi Malo is put it up there. So,
okay.
So put your hands there.
So Ting Badi Malo.
Yeah.
Is put
your hands up. Ting Badi. Yeah. Ting Badi. Ting is
carry.
Body is your hands.
Okay.
Malo is
Ting
Badi Malo.
Yeah. So I always sang that line too. I know a little bit of Luo, but I never knew that body was hands. I keep learning every day.
I know, man.
Keep learning something every day, man, on this podcast. Awesome.
Yeah, so that was also like a sort of like a by trigger where it's like, this sounds cool. I actually understand it. Maybe I can infuse it in my craft as well.
Yeah. So eventually, somehow, you end up departing from Ogopa to Homeboys. What was the story there?
So this happens when now, so there's a lot of, it was like a mass movement, because now Bad Boy had come, okay, not Bad Boy, there's some issues with, everyone had their own like different issues with Ogopa being timeless now, because now everyone is famous.
Everyone is big.
Everyone is big. Everyone wants their projects out. So for example, me, I want an album. Nameless wants an album. Once his project's out, Nani wants his project out. So you're dealing with 10 almost big artists who all want them to be a priority.
Yeah.
Because now you've already removed a hit song, you've already tested fame, now you need to remove another song. There's demand for you to remove another song.
Yeah.
The only person who understands you or whatever is this person. But this person is also, this is my opinion, is also overwhelmed with the other people he has projects. Remember now, kuna hiyo album amefanya, hiyo ni ya Issa. Kuna Ogopa 1 alikuwa nayo, kuna hiyo Ogopa 2, kuna Ogopa 3.
Yeah.
So, and remember, the person who's doing all those beats and recordings is one person.
Yeah.
It's not that he has a team of 6 people. So it's the same, Lucas, the same person makes beats for all those hit songs you're listening to, which I'm naming from Chameleon, Kina who? One producer, one guy. So you can imagine, it gets to a point, it's overwhelming. You can't. Too much demand, too much attention, whatever. So it gets to a point where I remember now there's some artists starting feeling, I need to go somewhere else where I'll continue making ninis. It wasn't that it would be at you, kwenda huko, any man, it wasn't for
But don't you have contracts?
Yeah, but let me tell you, at that time, the structure wasn't structuring, if I may say.
We have a contract, but...
And then there was no real contract in terms of, me, I can come, and then now, at that time, it's not a contract, so you won't go and record anywhere else. I mean, those ninis who were trying to, I guess, like, you won't tell me what to do. Me, I already have this song, me, I'm going to record whatever. What are you going to do? Take him to court to which...
To what court?
How?
Because he doesn't even... And it's like... One thing I like about what you're telling me is that I think people were friendly.
Yeah, it was mostly.
Let's agree. Even if we have this contract, maze siwezi.
Hii maze, mimi nataka ngoma yangu, mimi nataka itoke, niko na mashona ingibiwa na nini, kuna ile ngoma record pia chato niende. Even him is like, me even give me pressure, even me whatever. So it just gets to that point where now it just became overwhelming. So just me, I think I was the last, I was the last guy to leave Ogopa.
You hang on.
Because me, I was just like, now, where am I going from here now?
These are the guys who have been here.
I started with then, at the time when I was leaving, my project was next. My album was coming next. So I'd already done. By the time I was leaving Agopa, I'd done a song with Nyash. Which never came out. I'd done a song with Wahoo. I'd done a song with, I think, Masimaira. I'd done, like a couple of songs. So me, I'm like, I have so much to lose when I leave now. Leave all this, start again with a new producer. Remember, I've just gone through the phase of already losing Issa and K-Rupt. So, and this now the backbone of my music career was in Ogopa. Through Issa, with K-Rupt, with Ogopa, and now with me. So me living here now, the whole now
running gumu.
So me, I was saying, guys are leaving, like, hey, we end up, it's Alice has gone to Arcades, you guys have gone to Musioka, remember that time? Sioka, I've gone to me. Sioka guys have gone to me. I'm just there. Yes, when now, by the time you get me, like it done to me, I've gone to Arcade, remember?
Yeah.
That time, that's the time that Nini was happening.
Yeah.
You know, by the time it done to me, it's like here. I think it's time to leave now.
I gotta go.
It's when I went now to Homeboys.
Let's go back a little bit to K-Rupt.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him. I'm not sure I've heard someone talk exhaustively about K-Rupt as a person, as a character. It is possible that maybe Habib and Nameless probably talked about him at King Oris, but I'm not very sure. Who was he like? Because I think for me, I was a kid then, so I really never got to experience him at all.
K-Rupt. So this who K-Rupt was. K-Rupt, first of all, was he was a presenter. So K-Rupt was older than me and Issa.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had been in the scene from before me and Issa.
Yeah.
You know. He was an MC, a radio personality. At the time I met him, he was a very big personality and a very interesting one.
Yeah.
At the time. His brother was called Max. Max had a studio.
Yeah.
So K-Rupt was never signed in Ogopa, really, as per se.
Yeah.
The only song K-Rupt did with Ogopa actually was Bamba.
Yeah.
Because even Tukawake was not produced by Ogopa. It was produced by his brother, Max.
Yeah.
But I think mixed and mastered by Ogopa. But him, he was just, he was a guy for West. But I also didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with him because I spent maybe that 2 years when we were in the industry, because I met him in the industry now.
Yeah.
No, already in the industry now through Issa as well. And so just the years before, because he died in 2003 as well. That's the same time.
Yeah, same year.
Yeah. So those 2 years, or those 3 years when I knew him intensely, in terms of hanging out. But he was very wild. K-Rupt was a wild guy. He was down for whatever, we're doing this. You know, he was always like a happy, jolly way. Let's do this, shere, vibes. He was always trying to connect, always trying to connect people. And I remember he really liked us then. He was like, these young guys from South Sea, man, they're my neighbors. He was like our big bro, you know, angaliang us for at that moment in time, you know. He then introduced us to, for example, Modoni Buika. It's K-Rupt to introduce us to Modoni Buika.
Yeah.
You get, because he's already in the radio space. So he would know, like, there's this Nini. So Kina Modoni. He was an MC. I remember, like I told you, so already had even his gigs used to do like before.
Yeah.
You know. He was very. K was just a guy for Fura. Every time I'm just thinking of K, he was just a guy for. Let's go, you know. He was in terms of music, he was one of the best. You see, this thing for guys who sing rap. K-Rupt started that. What Kenanyash now came with now, with that whole singing and rapping. Perfect example is Tukawake. Yeah, it's very, because that used to be a guy for melodies, but he could rap. You know, he could have the whatever. So he had that car. That was like his like vibe, you know. But very, very. The time which I got to know him, he was very jolly. Again, for Watus, he's always next plan, let's look for a plan. Every time I met him, there was always a plan. He's always cooking, you know. He's cooking, there's this happening, he's emceeing here, he's traveling here, there's this thing he's doing, let's do this collab, let's go here, you know. He was always that guy for just grind on. That's how I knew him, you know. That's like when you ask me about K-Rupt, the first thing which just comes is plan. Happy-go plan. K-Rupt had a solution. Like you need something called K. He always knows someone who knows someone. Ama he'll hook you up. And he was that guy. So that was my nini of K in those 2-3 years which hanged with him.
When I now think about it, I think Abel Mutua has done a story about him somewhere. I don't remember.
Yes. Yeah. Even the story he was doing is I was giving him a lot of
insight.
Yeah, because he called me. You know, what I like about Abel, he does a lot of research.
Oh man, that guy
does a lot. He'll call, ask everything. I remember he did a story of mine. Even me, I was like, apana. Umsa kunipigia na kuna stories zingine hapa. alijuaje, lazima kulikuwa na mtu ndani nini. Yeah, but
shout out Abel Mutua.
He
does a lot of I think his storytelling is not just storytelling. It's like a documentary.
Facts, he gets and then the right facts, not hearsay of what ama even Moshene he will give you. Yani, by the time I was telling you, I was hearing my story and I was like, how did this guy? Yes, of course it wasn't 100% that there's maybe 1-2 things there he'll miss, but if you think about the whole narrative of the story, even the information, or even then, was like, wow, this is, to the T.
Interesting.
So yes, he actually did something for, I remember he had done something for K-Rupt, just also to Nini, because as you're saying, not a lot of people had that conversation as well, because it was mostly of Issa, because of the whole body of work and the album and the word, but and then also them dying in the same year. And also K-Rupt didn't have like as many songs. Yeah. He didn't have like many colors. So Issa's definitely was more like impactful, more nini on. Yeah. But K-Rupt was my nini with K-Rupt was that guy. That was the experience. The experience with him. Always easy, looking for a plan, trying to make things happen. Very, very easy guy. Very talented as well.
So let me talk about Crispin, or let me understand Crispin for a moment here. Crispin is this guy here, by the way, if you didn't know.
Hizi maike mingi watana nao sijui Pino, Bigpin, sijui Jatello.
So you said that Crispin wasn't into music. He was just into poems, poetry, and stuff like that, and sports. And he was, let's just have fun here, think Buddy Malo, and we'll be okay.
Maybe I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. My mom bought for me those books for Ben Carson.
That is what I want us to talk about. So if Crispin wasn't into music, what is Crispin into?
At that time?
Yeah.
At that time, that's exactly what I wanted to become.
A neurosurgeon.
That was like my thing. Like I was fully needed.
You were thinking big and you had gifted hands.
And as gifted hands. Back my mom brought for me those books for gifted hands.
Yeah.
Enrolled me in Cornell University.
Oh, like applied for an undergrad there.
For undergrad there, for whatever, because that's what really, that's what where my mind was, entering that space.
So are we saying Issa derailed you?
Derailed me to the right side, yes. Okay. I don't think, now how to think about it. It was, as you're saying, derailed. I think it was like the best derailment.
Yeah.
Because if there's anything which I love to do is music. I even told you I was in corporate for 6 years.
Yeah. And you are somehow pulled back.
This is
where your life is.
This is what I want to do. You get. So even as you're saying that, even if I didn't, I'm not. Even if I was in the neurosurgeon space, this was still been my interest. Remember those poems I started writing them when I was 4 or 5 years old. Yeah. So it's not that I decided writing them later, just because there was no tweak or peak of interest. So Issa just made me realize that, you're actually good at this.
Yeah, so you could pursue this. You
could pursue this. Yes, at that time it wasn't
something
the whatever. But now, I think about it, we are sitting here talking about what I did 20 years ago.
Of course,
that is what better than being a neurosurgeon in my opinion, as where I'm at right now.
What is the home front like in terms of your mom is here telling, I don't know if your mom was telling people, my son is going to become a neurosurgeon the way all mothers do.
Of course.
He's going to Cornell. He's going to Cornell University,
Yeah, he's going to whatever. Still, I think for maybe now it's going to that point where she's just let him do what he wants to do. But I think for every parent, which sometimes I understand when she's saying, because I remember most of the conversations used to be like, it's good you're doing music, but it's a hobby. Treat it as a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at your
main thing.
They didn't say that you don't do music. Me, if there's one, my family was never suppressed me.
Yeah.
That you don't, let me not see you going to the stage, let me not sing whatever's here. I wouldn't say that. My family very open. And if you don't do music, as long as you're not doing some weird shit, doing some whatever, do you. But it's not a career.
Yeah.
No. it's a hobby.
Ni kitu ya kushikilia tu.
A hobby. Si ya kushikilia. Kushikilia njoo pia ni career. Una get kitu. Hii ni hobby tu vile unaweza kucheza ball tu jione kutoka job. Kwetu hivyo whatever. Yeah.
So ni kitu ya fun for you.
Kitu ya fun for yeah. So for them that's how they always looked at it. So they used to what they never used to understand is like, why are you taking it so seriously now that now you're nini? Fine, we know you like it, but take it as a hobby. But in terms of them being restrained and do this, no. So it was never, they'd never refuse me, they'd never kanyagia me, but they'd be like, okay, we're not at rooting for you to go music 100%. They just do it, but get a jobo. You know, that's always, get something. Because to them, which I understand even as a parent, how they look at it, every parent wants like the best for their children. So when she's telling you that, she's not telling you that because she doesn't want you to be successful. Telling you that because she's thinking, I want you to have somewhere where I'm sure you can be paying for, I mean, you can take care of your family.
Your daily bread.
Your daily bread. Yeah, and she's not saying that with a musician. Because her in a lifetime, in my mom's like lifetime, you wouldn't sit down and tell her, this is your, this and like, I don't know who was her age mate for, who was like a musician, like a Kenyan musician at that time.
Mamburi,
for example,
maybe? Flavor
let's say,
okay,
let's say Mary Atieno. Mary Atieno was a big gospel artist. Okay, but you know, there was no artist who said, I want to be like Mary Atieno, who's famous and she has a big house and she's successful and she has a family. There's no one she can point to and look to like that, you know. So there's no way you can convince her that this thing is going to work. What she knows works is you've gone to school, you have been employed, you have a salary, you have pension, you have whatever. Because to her, that's what works. So you can't blame her. You can't tell her to unsee that and see this. Something she's never seen. You're not convincing her to see that. It's very hard because she's never seen it. Unless it happens from you and you become that successful person, say, "Wa, kumbe hii muziki inakuanga nini." But before that, it'll be very hard. You get it'll be very hard. And understand as a parent, even her, it's just trying to look for the, because it never bore any fruit to that point where you can see like now, how I can say now, naweza kuambia the people who are making good money and you can see it, not at hearsay, and it's not one, two people can say, kuna Haligraph Jones, kuna Nyashinsky, kuna Bien Sauti Sol, kuna Otile Brown, kuna, we all seeing these guys living in nice homes, driving like successful, kina Nameless, you know. You know, all these people, even us guys, I'm not saying we're not poor, we're not billionaires, but we live off, I personally live off my music. You get it pays my rent, it does, yes, I have some things here and there, but it's something where I can tell my child, yes, here's a guitar, play it. You know, whatever it, you know, like I encourage that because I know the potential, which is coming, which has opened up now because Kenya is still a very young entertainment scene. As much as people feel like it's been there, yes, we've been there for 20 years, but if you look at how long Nigeria has been in the scene for, or SA, for 60 years, 50 years. So we're still a very young entertainment scene, you know, so there's only more room to grow.
And one of the things that, you know, I want to congratulate you for, man, is that you are one of the people who made the music industry in Kenya to be what it is right now. I think that if, you know, Issa didn't hold your hand, and of course, if you just decide to go your own path, right now probably we'll have a totally different story. It's very possible that if you decide not to stay in music and you went to neurosurgery, maybe you would have pulled Issa along with you. And right now, you would have been in Cornell or whatever and doing, you know, different things over there. And what would that have done to the scene? And, you know, maybe Ogopa wouldn't have been as big as it was. Maybe Nameless's name, of course, granted that they all would have made their paths and you know, they would have ended up in greatness.
That whole mixture of ideas and different people and coming on different spaces is what made now the magic, you know.
And that is why we can now say, you know, Otile Brown, Calligraph, and all the other guys are enjoying those benefits because of the foundation that you guys created. Because if you guys didn't create that foundation, it would be them creating that foundation now.
And
starting now from scratch, you know, trying to understand the music industry and of course not having any mentors. Because I would say that now probably there are mentors. There's guys who would hold hands. I mean, I have seen...
it's much better, definitely.
I've seen guys like Kina Bien trying to hold some artists' hands, you know, Kina Ben Soul and Viri. And so they've tried to hold them along. And of course, those are well other people's hands, and
well.
all the upcoming guys
Right.
and all the younger guys who are
guys.
out here. They all look up to what you guys did back in the day. So, man, if nobody has ever congratulated you for what you did, I'm here to tell you, man, you guys did a big thing.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I think you deserve. Maybe there should be, what they call it, a Hall of Fame or a star.
Kanini, Star of Fame, upper 20th century.
And when we just go and say this is the Hall of Fame or whatever, what do you call the star? Where people put their stars? Whatever it's called. So we should have something like that. And man, Bigpin, Pino, or Crispin, or whatever you choose your name to be, should be imprinted them, and you should have a star there
as the culture.
Because it is because of you guys, man. And even now you're talking about because of the culture. The culture show that happened. When was that? In August, September? September.
October 4th.
October 4th, man. That was big.
It was a big concert.
I was hanging out with Prezzo here, and Prezzo told me something, man, that Prezzo was emotional when he talked about it, man. He's like, it's been a very long time ever since he saw a crowd that was mad
and loud
music like that. And one other thing that, you when you and Willis were having a chat and we're talking, you guys said that when it was done, everybody was gone.
Yeah. Immediately. Me, do you know, even I was telling Willis, even us guys who are backstage, me personally, I was backstage. I was going uko nyuma under the tents to look at Nani's show, to look at everyone's show. Kalamashaka. Because I remember the last time I saw Kalamashaka on a big stage was a long time ago. And these are the people who I was listening to them like, wow, these guys are rapping in Swahili and Sheng, and it sounds so cool. It's over, Not sing them on stage. I think those days and sing them now. Sing people like Kina Abbas and Nas on stage at the same time. Even us guys who go backstage, we were just in awe. Just sing, wow, because you don't see all these guys on stage. Yes, we have a small circle, maybe 2 or 3 people performing, but most of the times without, people have grown up, different things are happening, different people like Kina Nani. What's his name? I forgot his name. My God, I saw him. I was in shock. Ukitaka soma lebo, Darling P.
Yeah, Darling P.
Man, I saw Darling P. I hugged him like he was my brother. You guys, like, oh my God, I've not seen this guy for almost like 20 years, seeing him on a stage. So it was like an interesting, extremely interesting like concert in terms of now that time when we were pioneering. Because it's us guys who brought the commercial essence of the music, like club, going to perform, going for concerts, people singing, like bring the freshness, the coolness, like what relates to the club. So when we sing that and that with the people now, our tier, the people who were singing with that, because the people who are growing up with us at that time, the millennials. So them they were there the whole time, so they could understand. They remember, they saw the songs, they understood what was happening at this time. The flosses, the kina Jimwat and the 18s to kina Prezzo's chopper to kina Nani disappearing to kina. So that whole Nini was just brought in one space. Then now it's all mature people, so it's all coming to enjoy and just soak in that, and that is exactly what they came for, not any other thing. As I was saying, after I finished the show like this, I was go hanging like backstage. Dog as they said, hey, let me go see how guys are looking. I'm going back there. I'm saying, aya,
empty.
Guys are done. Like, we came here for those 3 hours. We finished. We're done home. We have kids to look at. Knees are tired, but responsibilities, but they enjoyed it. And even till today, guys are still talking about like we need more of that. It was a good whatever. And it just even shows, even for us guys, it really gives us like energy, because you listen to how it like reminds me you of back then. Because me, I remember when I was even performing, I was remembering when I was writing Bigpin. That point when I was writing it, then I'm hearing it. There's nothing as good as you write something, then people appreciate it and they sing it with you. So it was taking me back to that time. How was I feeling this time when I was writing you, it's Anna, when I was writing, like Natafuta, when I was writing Ilete, Kinat Heramo. So even for us guys, it is just so warm performing. It was like a nice blend. It's like everyone is like, us guys, we were ready to give, and the fans were just ready to receive. And it was just like, it was a nice symbiotic like relationship. Everyone got what they wanted. We gave, our soul, because us as creatives is to, express and give, and we gave, and the guys who you always want to give, you always want them to receive as well. And they, it was such a nice experience. Just seeing everyone, they noticed that like a concert where it's one person performing the whole time. It's like beats. So it's like the adrenaline. Kina Nazizi coming like, oh my goodness, I remember this time. It's crazy. Yeah. Kidogo you see nani, oh my God, I remember this time. See praise why kidogo MC nani. It's in Klepto. Yani it's just taste of different like feelings. So it was very warm, very warm.
Man, I think that was very beautiful. I wanted to attend it, but I didn't have the opportunity to attend it. So
there'll be two apparently, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Bigpin, hanging out with you has been very awesome. Getting to share your story and hearing it from a very different perspective. One thing I enjoy about this podcast is that every time I come here, I want to learn something great about whoever is seated in front of me. And of course, sometimes we've had stories of you guys elsewhere, maybe in other podcasts or narrated by other people, or for example, Abel Mutua's narration and stuff like that. But getting some of these experiences from you, even if for me, I don't want to know your whole story from where were you born? What hospital? Okay, what is that home like? Okay, did you have clothes? I don't want to hear that. I just want bits and pieces
of the moments
that make
connect
the man that is sitting in front of me, man. And I think you've done a very good job painting that picture, painting the story of Issa and how Issa makes who you are today. And, of course, connecting it with everybody else who's been in this industry and in this scene, man. And your album that just dropped, man, I'm going to give it a better listen, man,
Yes.
Just to get to understand all these stories,
now
man.
The depth.
If you have listened to this story,
you need to listen
to the album.
In fact, you'll enjoy it better when you listen to this story.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And listen to this story. I can't wait for your feedback as well.
Awesome work, man. Awesome work that you put out there, man. May God continue blessing the work of your hand, the sound of your voice, and and may greatness continue following you forever.
Amen.
Anytime that I sit down here with someone, man, I treat them like presidents.
Yes.
This is the tradition of this podcast.
Yes.
And we borrowed this from the United States presidency, whereby the president who's in office normally leaves a letter for the next guy who's coming into office. And so the guest who was here most recently, you know him because you met him, and he knew that you were the one who was coming, left a question for you. So I'm going to ask this question. It's very personal, man. How do you stay so relevant despite the changing musical tides and genres? P.S. I am a fan of Jatello. I am a fan Jatello. Yeah.
That's Willis.
That's
okay. Remember, like when I told you, I always like being different. Just a bit different, even hence me putting the Luo, hence me putting, because other guys can do that.
Yeah.
And being relevant is, you can try and be relevant by now following the trends. You get?
Yeah.
So what's happening right now? This what's trending. Since now I feel like I need to be relevant, let me do ABCD. And that's why a lot of people fail, because now you'll be washed away with that relevance at that moment in time. I might now you'll be forced to keep doing it over and over again for you to remain relevant, which now at the end of the day will kill your art. It'll just bog you down, because now it's like once you're trying to do anything which you're forcing every time, it gets to a point where your energy is like, okay, I've forced enough. It's never that serious. If it's not working, you need to get to a point.
Yeah. So
for me, my relevance is with the people in the scene, the current people. And I've even seen, like, my album, I've collaborated a lot of young people.
Yeah.
A lot of young people. Because I feel they're the ones who are on the ground. I don't know kusema sisi tulikuwa kwa ground your time. As much as, yes, I have experience and I have nini, I'm not on the ground as someone like Mbithi right now, with this fan base, with this whatever. Not on the ground the same way as someone like Ben Sol is. I'm connecting that different. There's no way, by the time I get to that ground, it'll be very different. You get? Yeah. So these are the people who are actually on the ground. And for me to get to the ground and to connect and be relevant, I have to be connected to them. Hence me working out with these guys. So me, what I always try to do, even me making my content. I think I was just showing you my content earlier on I'm trying to get trends, whatever. But yes, I'm trying to be relevant, but not by doing things which are trending, which everyone else is doing. Just be a bit different, but still be relevant. So I'll say I do a lot of research to remain relevant, because you have to know, for you to remain relevant, you have to be with it, with what's happening. That's why it's being, it's being relevant. But also not to lose your identity by trying to be relevant, because that's a lot of people get it wrong there, because they're like, hey, you try to fit in too much where you're not supposed to be fitting in, but you're just supposed to adjust in a way where you're parallel to what's going on. You don't have to be on that side on. So that's why I try to put. Then also don't push too much. Nikiona inakuwa ni ngumu, unachana nayo. So basically for me, it's a lot of research, a lot of keeping tabs with what's happening on the ground. Because the rest I think I already have with my experience. I don't think I need to whatever. So maybe I can teach these guys from the experience which I have. But for me to be relevant, I need to be with it in terms of the lingo, the social media, the vibe, the direction of the vibe, the fashion, the how the conversations you have with them, listening with. Because what if there's something which, and this is just off the cuff, if there's something which I like about the Gen Z artists, is they're very united. You may say. They really do a lot of collaborations, as opposed to us guys. Us guys, we were very, maybe it was just our different era. We were very, you do the things. Mambo yako si kila mtu, even how he talk, even how he used to write, know. Me, I go write my own song, I go wherever we come and share on later. But what I've noticed about this, like the Gen Zs, is they're very collaborative, which I think is a very good thing. Because they create movements quickly and they understand, and they're very supportive of each other. Kama kuna kitu na nini yako, they'll be very there to come. Niaje, let's do this, and they're very collaborative, which I think is the future right now. Being very open and being very collaborative, especially collaborations right now, I think are like a big thing, which is hence why even I was doing my album, is to make sure to be very collaborative with these guys and to be relevant on the ground. So I think that's I can answer Mr. Jatelo.
Beautiful, man, beautiful. And I think it's a nice thing that you figured a way around the entire ecosystem, because man, times are changing, and times are changing for everything, not only in. And long ago things used to take forever to change. But right now things are changing, man, every day.
Bro,
you wake up tomorrow.
Some things I'm like, I can't keep up with this year. You can't. It's too much happening. But for you, since it's for the love of the music, and I told you before, me, what I used to like from the word go was it sounds nice. And for me, I love music. As long as it's music which sounds nice, that's always like my bottom line. And that's even, I think even people even ask, like sometimes they say, mbona nyinyi artists wa zamani hiyo time mlikuwa mnaimba hizo mangoma zenyu mpaka saa hizi bado watu wanaimba, bado wana relate nazo, na hizi zingine zinatoka 2 months imeisha ladha. Cause hiyo kuna hiyo nje venye unaambianga kuna ile chakula ya home na kuna chakula ya hoteli. Ya home inakuanga na ladha fulani. Unakuanga tu, si ati umse atafanya anything ati crazy, ati different, but iko tu na kuna ladha fulani, nayo ladha inakuanga tu ni comfort na ni home. Kuna ile chakula tu ya home inakuanga tu na utamu yake juu. Haijakuwa prepared with the thought of masses na break, hapana. Msema ipika because they want it to be nice, and they want it to be a nice meal, and you like it as a nice meal. So if you create a meal in that, it just becomes a nice meal. You don't have to think of proportions. I need to put X amount of salt because there are 600 people coming and it's not whatever. So when we started music, when I was creating music, the whole element is it's nice. And once it's nice, the rest takes care of itself. But most of the times now people are coming in, you want to umeingia na unataka ku upscale already. You're thinking of the next So you're forgetting the quality of the product, because you're just trying to look how you can explore the masses. So you want to have 1 million views. So you're thinking of how you're going to make 1 million views. You're not thinking of how you're going to create a nice song which you really like, even whatever. So that's what now differentiates the shelf life. That's why this song will be 3 months old, and other songs are 20 years old. Bob Marley unamsikia mpaka saa hizi tu. Na ni tamu.
Inaiko tu sawa.
Tamu tu alikuwa naimba yani from what he's singing about, he wants it to be nice. His whole whatever is, let it be nice. I want you to like what I say. I want you to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Then the rest come later. But if you're going to, I want to sell this song. I need to sell 1 million. How am I going to sell 1 million? And say about this and this. Everything becomes now watered down, because now the end goal is not to get the nice product. The end goal is the money.
Yeah.
So you know that
Which
what
dilutes everything.
Dilutes everything. Yeah. You know.
And the songs that you guys produced, are they owned by Ogopa or by you guys?
So now it's different with different artists. It's different agreements and different owners, but it's definitely a co-ownership at the moment and time. Yeah.
Beautiful, man. This is the opportunity to write your question to the next guest on the show.
Who's the next guest? I don't care. I just write.
You don't care. It could be any question, man. I mean, it doesn't have to be a structured question. It could be, you could literally ask, what is the color of the sky? You know, some people see the sky as gray. Some see it as blue. Some see it as black. Some say it's colorless. Yeah, nice. So I normally don't see the question until the guest is sitting right in front of me. Yeah. So that's why you saw me.
I saw me swiping. Oh, okay.
So quickly. I've been struggling to ask you this one. I thought that maybe I shouldn't even ask it in the first place.
No, ask me. I don't think I'll have a problem.
So when you speak with a stutter. Has that ever bothered you?
Not really. Because I've been stuttering since I was born.
Okay.
You know, that's I think I even went for like therapy. I think it really bothered me when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Because I remember
St. Christopher.
Yeah, I remember I used to be, even high school and primary school actually. Even high school not that much, because I think I'd done some therapy. And even it's even good that you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Even my nini with music, my connection with music is even partly, there's a small percentage because of my therapy.
Yeah.
So when you go for therapy, if you stammer, they put for you music, like headphones. Then you're told to read. Yeah. Like read a sentence or something, and you notice if you're listening to music and you read, you can't stammer. That's why you can never stammer when you're singing. Once like there's a melody.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's guys who are very heavy stutters, or very heavy. They stammer heavily.
Yeah.
But they are wonderful musicians.
Yeah. You can't worry about, because there's something I don't know like the science about it, behind it. I think there's a flow. Even me actually, when I'm thinking, or when I want to have like conversations, I always have like music in the background. I just put like music, then I feel like my conversation becomes better or smoother. There's no, because I think when you stammer, I think that it is your mind thinks faster than how you can articulate your words, or the other way around, or slow, you know, something like that. But for me, in high school, it used to be a problem, because those times when you know, in school, you read the book, so it told you open the paragraph, then it told you read the first paragraph, then the second one, like that. So me, remember, I used to count. So like imeanzia pale. So you know, let's say the sixth one. So I count. So I got the sixth one. So I start reading. Now mapema. So I cram nisisome. Una get. So you nile kwanga was, because now when you try to cram, you're thinking too much, and your mouth can't now execute.
And you're even anxious.
Now it's even worse, because now you're not, because you see now you stammer mostly when you're angry, sana, or when you're too anxious, or when you're emotional, you know, when you're sorry, you know, thinking about something, so any whatever. So at that time it's even worse, because now your heart is like, okay, there, so you're reading. So it gets there, guys, after like 2 seconds, now guys just start laughing there like this. So of course in primary school, that I mean, you as a young, you
damages yourself,
your self-esteem, you know. So I remember now my mom taking me for therapy, and they're like, no, it's okay, you know, it's normal. Just don't now you see, just be relaxed. Don't overthink about the next question. Take your time to hear whatever. But it's always been now like, got to a point, like in high school, like I embraced it. It was now like fun. It's like I accepted it, because I've gone through it. Like like my folks that, you know, they through it, like it's okay, you can like, it's a normal thing. It's not anything. So when I first met Kwada Gabu, you know, Gabu, Bigpin misi
Gabu of P-Unit.
Bigpin sikuelewangi wewe. Hawezi ongea, but ukipanda huko stage na usikia una rap aje huko ndani. So it's been so that's it's been an nini which I've had, but it's just I can say I don't know, I can put it's it's like a blessing in disguise, because it's really helped me to even to, how can I say, to understand myself a bit better in terms of how I view myself. And remember, like when I was telling you about now, like the mentorship, those are the conversations now also want to have in terms of disabilities. Don't feel like since you whatever you have to be cowed down, or you can't say, or you can't express yourself. Because me, it really disturbed me. I never used to talk. In fact, like one of the reasons why I was an introvert is like, I can't have the conversation where it's flowing, where, you know, this person saying this and saying this, because you feel like when they start stammering, then now you feel like you'll spoil the whole conversation. So you keep a lot to myself. Even hence the music. So music to me, by the way, is like a very big thing. Apart from just the love of it, it's like now my calm resort. When I'm chilling, like me, as long as I have music, I just think about my own things. Like I'm sad. So it's like it's like a really, it's like a very big chunk of my life. So even me being in music, so I understand when I'm expressing my music, I feel it in all aspects. I'm like, I really wanted to hear, you know, when Beyonce's telling you this, and you feel it, you know, like I really enter that zone. I remember like there was a time like my cousin was like, yeah, you can just sit down the whole day on headphones and just analyze songs and just eat and just, I'm like, yeah, and I'm comfortable, 100%, and enjoy it. In fact, me right now, you want to miss me in any concert. The past maybe like 4 years, any concert, I'm telling you about any Easy Ndogos, Gecko, I'm there. Who's performing? This new artist called who? I'll go check. A big one. Who's coming to town? Which artist? How is the show? How is the setup? How is the learning? What's really happening? Who's performing here? Because I really like, and then since I was doing an album, I'm also doing now like a kareke. Listen to what sounds, who's leading. You see people like in Mbithi, I was like, hey, this Mbithi guy, man, let me go listen to it. Let me listen to his album. Let me listen to that. This guy's dope. You get, and you have to experience those people in, not only I like to experience artists in different levels, not only studio. Because I feel like studio is like 10%. It's just your talent, you sing, you sound nice. It's controlled. But
and
once,
you know, there's things done in the background. Some sandpaper
imepigwa varnish na ka gloss vizuri. But ukiwekwa pale stage, mwambie sasa imba. Imbia watu for 1 hour.
Na sasa hiyo ni bandi kwa hapo nyuma, sio track inacheza.
Utaimba kweli. Hapo ndio sasa mimi nataka nijue mtu kama huyo. Because to me that's even, to me music is performing, not you being in the studio. Fine, you've created it, sounds nice. But sasa uko kwa show hapo ndio, kama wewe ni product, kama wewe ni Omo unakaa umewekwa hapo, Omo is powerful plus, inakaa the packaging is nice, but ukiwekwa hapa kwa hii sasa uoshe, utoe hiyo uchafu, utatoa hapo ndio kisumu mkoti. Because all this can be nice and good on, you know. But so me, I like seeing that whole thing, because me, I'm a big fan of performances. Even in our era, kina MJ manzi kutaka kwa hiyo show, unaona wow wametokea wapi singing this song, interacting. Even when I joined Ogopa, one of the biggest things, and that's even why us guys are bigger performers, or even say better performers on stage, as opposed to maybe the upcoming generations, is that the key thing for your song was to perform it. It cannot be any, you had better be a better performer than a better songwriter. You get, you have more value than you being a good songwriter. You can write a good song in the studio, but you can't perform that song. It really kills, because performance is what really connects you to the crowd. That's why people come to your show. Otherwise, ungekuwa nasikia ngoma yako kwa CD na waisikie tu over and over again. The reason why they come, there's like Bigpin is performing live, or Otile is performing it live, or Bien is performing live. See, they have all these songs, they can listen to it. But the reason they come in there is that they want you to entertain, and this live is very different because you have to be interactive. You have to sing as you sound in the studio. You have to be entertaining, you know, because that person is standing there looking at you. He's just not expecting you to look at him and sing to them, because that's the same thing you're doing already. So performing, being very key. And even in labels, I don't know why people always feel like you as an artist, your work is to sing and just release music. That's 10% of your work. Your work is sing, release music, and go on tour. Hiyo ndio the main important. Hiyo tour unaenda kuperform hiyo msemo mwenye hajai kuona, na hapo ndio una track new fans, hapo ndio una connect na these old fans that the other people understand in a different way. That's how even get new people to come and say, you know, there's some people, me, there are guys who have gone to their shows, I don't know them. I'm like, wow, who is this guy? And you start following them, and you start liking their music, and you start, become a fan because of performances you get. But it's very hard for me to. Songs are too many. Leo naweza kutumia WhatsApp za 20 new songs that have come out. You don't even listen to any of them. But if I took you right now to a show and you're entertained by someone who you didn't know, that person will have a better connection than this person you get 20 songs from, So also that performance element, always just to keep it 100. So for me, that's my definition of the music. So I love performances, love live nini. I love podcasts. I was telling you before. I like anything which is interactive with other people. I really like that because I feel like that's where you pass a lot of communication. That's where people listen to. That's where people have an ear to come and say, wow, okay, this actually, because it's very interactive and it's very community based.
Yeah, man. Bigpin, this has been very beautiful, man.
What,
This has
man?
been awesome. You are wise, and man, you are a great conversationalist.
You think so?
It's sometimes in my podcast I do a lot of talking, but in this episode I have done very little talking.
Because I think I have so many stories I'm thinking of, and then you ask in the now I'm thinking, okay, there's this. I know that's what I like about podcasts. So it's not structured, and
but it's because you are a good storyteller. You are a good conversationalist. Like you can take and man, even you can take any story, take it in any direction, and also talk so clearly about it. And folks can of course say in the comments if I am just choching you. You take it in any direction that makes it interesting. So that's a gift, man, that you have. May God continue blessing your work.
Thank you.
And the sound of your voice.
Thank you so much, man.
If folks were listening to us today and didn't get anything, in your parting shot, what is the one thing you would want people to always remember?
I think for me it's consistency. In whatever you do, just be consistent. I think that's what is the hardest part, because you get to a point where you get tanked out or whatever, and that point where you're going to live. And I think this is in anything, in any career, in any whatever which you're trying to do. If you're consistent, you'll get better results than lack of consistency. Even if you're not as good, but you're someone who's an A student and is not consistent with the A, and someone who's a C student and is consistent with the C, will have a better future, a better advantage, a better outcome in any way because of that consistency. That's what I've come to learn. I wish I had that consistency when I started. Remember I was telling you, I wish someone told me, now go for the Grammys, now do whatever. Now, you see, that could have been consistency, but that break of you're not sure. So for me, I think whatever it is, yes, work hard, pray, have all this, but be consistent. Whatever it is, I think if you're a sportsman, for you to be a Messi or Ronaldo,
be
consistent, in every level. So I think that's what I'll put in. Consistency beats anything else. You can be not as good, but you are consistent. You're doing that for 10 years, you'll be 10 times better than someone who's not consistent.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Go and stream Bigpin's
Onge Koko to the world.
There is a link in the description to this video below. Go there right now. Go listen to his album. And if you don't know yet, on the 4th of January, we have episode 100 being recorded live at the Kenya National Theatre. See you there. Go down to the description to this video so you can get your tickets. See you there. It will be an amazing, amazing episode, man. Of course, thank you for being with us on this journey. And of course, like I said, you never know. Bigpin is probably going to be there.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, man. If you made it this far, I think it's because you did enjoy this episode. So if you haven't yet, go and subscribe to this channel. And remember to tell your friends to tell their friends. I've been hanging out with Bigpin today, a.k.a. Pino.
Yes, sir.
A.k.a.
the beast from the east, a.k.a. Jatel, a.k.a. the choir award winner, a.k.a. New Mob.
Yeah, man.
No, yeah, but it's been an amazing afternoon, man. It's an amazing evening.
Yeah.
I had a good dinner. Hey, kwa hiyo samaki medonjo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's been an amazing whatever. And also, I just want to say thank you for for having me.
Yeah.
You know, for creating time. Maze, people don't have it very easily to sit down and have conversations with people. So thank you for creating time. As I said, Maze, guys, doing podcasts is not easy. And I'm saying consistency. When I see people doing this, because I understand and I see where like it's going to go. So congratulations, Maze, and the consistency is very key. I like also how you know how to podcast, and you know how to create the ambience to have a good conversation. Hence the conversation is nice. Yet ile ukikaa tutakuuliza hii, kuna place ngine tutakuuliza hii, alafu are you okay with it? Like Manzi, I don't want to hear the questions which you're going to ask me before, because now that kills. I love now start thinking of now how will I answer that question if you ask me this year. So the mood, the ambience, the conversation. It's been a good afternoon. I'm loving it as well. I can even come for another session. Mr. Zango Zishangi.
Yeah. Beautiful. Of course, we're going to have you for a 2.0 and maybe a 3.0 and a forever 0.0.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beautiful, man. Till next time, do take care. Go ahead.